talk about on my channel. Just thought I'd be a dick.
Hey, until the fight's done.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Bolt? You're absolutely fucking right. So, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. JR and Marie and Ollie and Mac and Ox and Jesus Christ, I don't even know. Rachel left. Bolt's in here, Purple, and SPM's here. Hi, SPM. So everybody, thank you for coming. I really appreciate that. And everybody here, thanks for popping in. And we'll have some more people here in a little bit. And yeah, here we are.
I hate to do this, but I'll be right back. Something came up, but I got to be gone for about a minute or two.
That's fine, honey. You can come back whenever you want. Yeah. So Ben was telling us how much fun he had at Faithless Forum, and that he got to meet Marie, and I'm totally fucking jealous.
I did. I had a beer with Marie. Jonathan and I had a beer with Marie. Well, when I say a beer, we had lots of beers with Marie. Anyway.
But I do have to say my bro hooked me up. He called me on Saturday and said, "Hey, look, we're all going on break and everybody's going to be out in the hallway and I'm going to call you." So he called me and I got to say hi to Neil and Jonathan and oh my God.
And Nick and
whoever
was in the hallway at that time.
What's her name? The chick that was standing beside Nick. I can't remember her name. She knows me, but I've only seen her like once. And she's on shit. Who does she stream with? She's got the curly, like blondish reddish hair. Really crazy curly hair.
I'm trying to remember.
I told Heather I was wishing I could have
Marie, you weren't around during that time. I called during a certain break and I just passed B around to everyone who was in the hallway at that time that I could see. So
I reminded said bro to call you. Aw, Marie.
I'm trying to think of who was it? Who was
I don't know. I don't know her name. I've only seen her and what was it? Her name's damn, I can't think. I saw her somewhere and I was like, oh, that's where I've seen her at.
I also met if you guys know Jim from Atheist Edge, I met him. I had a good talk with him.
You met Jim Hall?
I did met Jim Hall.
He's like my brother from another mother. I love Jim.
Yeah, we talked about like how to boost our channels and stuff. Like he was giving some good tips.
Oh, good.
So
okay, we'll have to have a conversation about that then.
Yeah, because it is super cool.
I'm back. Yeah. I just had to invite somebody to the stream.
Oh, okay. Cool. Good deal. Kevin, you got yourself blocked again. That's where you've been. I am not shocked, sir. I am not shocked at all. Kevin's always stirring up some shit. How you doing, Bolt?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Good to see you. You look nice. Like got a decent, nice little shirt on. Okay. Like we're both like, yeah. Matching.
I mean, we're bros. Yeah.
I know it's true, man. It's true. I just keep extending my bro family. How's your week so far?
I'm good with it. It's all right. It's been a good. Well, I got this shopping. I've been trying to.
Oh, that was
upgrade my look.
Shopper.
Yeah, part of that personal shopper thing. So
I apparently need that same personal shopper. Hook me up.
She was great. It was amazing. She found me some real nice stuff I never would have picked. So feeling good today. But yeah, it's been all right.
Heather Neal, why are you still figuring out your camera and mic? See, you should have called me earlier. I would have had it all set up for you. I mean, we can still do that. These three are brilliant and they can talk all they want and I can come in the back room and help you with that. So I'll give you a call if you need to. Jenny, how have you been?
I have been just ducky. How about you?
Oh, well, besides being up all night with an abscessed tooth on Saturday night. And luckily, I do have to say I got spoiled because you're not a dork. I got spoiled because I got to Heather's house like 5 hours before this thing started. So, yeah, it's good. It's good to have your provider with you when you need pain pills and antibiotics. Just saying.
You're wrong, by the way. I am a dork. I went to dork school and I graduated with honors.
No, I said Heather's not a dork. We know you're a dork. You're an absolute nerd. We know. She says she is technologically challenged. That's how she puts it. If she got like, look, literally technology hates her. And she said that to me when I first started working there. I was like, whatever. But she'll like go up to the fax machine because we're all busy. And she's like, I'm going to just fax this for my patient, because she's not one of those people that's like, you need to do this for me. You're the office person. Anyway, so, and she can't get it to go through. And then she's like, hold on, I'll step back. And then I hit the fax send and it goes through. Didn't do anything. It just, technology doesn't like her. She has to fight with on a good day. Yes, Heather, on a good day. So, yeah. So then she fought with the pharmacy she sent a prescription at 2 a.m. and they opened at 8. And she had to send my prescription in 6 times. 6 times before they said, oh, we finally got it. And I would call, listen to the automatic thing. Oh, you have 1 prescription pending. Perfect. It's pending, And then I called back 20 minutes later. It would say, you have no prescriptions on file. And she'd resend it. You have 1 prescription pending. You have no prescriptions on file. They were kicking it out at Walgreens. And she knows a guy who works at a different pharmacy who quit working at Walgreens because they do that shit. They'll just kick it out and get rid of it and act like they never received it because they're too busy. And they do it with pain pills because they don't give a fuck. That some of us, actually need them and we're not addicts. So,
which reminds me, I gotta get my hydrocodone subscription or prescription renewed.
Subscription.
Damn it, Jim! I'm only a doctor. No, well, technically an MSPAC, but almost a doctor. 3 more years, she would be a doctor.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
no.
Marie, they do.
No,
I
will be a doctor before Heather will be a doctor. Don't do this to me.
Oh no, you will be. She hasn't signed up yet.
She still has to get in and go through the process and go to med school
and stuff. I know. She has a fast track she can do because of the years experience she has and what she has done. 3.5 years and she can be done.
But it's still like she still has to apply though, right? Like there's still an application process.
Oh well, they'll take her. I don't think that's.
Med school is really competitive, even for people with experience. Like,
but where we live, UNM, where we live, University of New Mexico, which is a big teaching whatever hospital, and they have like all the shit. They are so desperate for doctors that they are like cutting back fees and stuff, just trying to get people into.
But that's not the problem. That's not the problem though. Like it's still med school is like a 4 to 5% acceptance rate.
Oh no, I understand that.
And it's like, and it's not the reason we don't have doctors isn't because we don't have med school spots. It's because we don't have residency spots. The backup is in residency because we're producing more doctors than we have residency slots. We have enough doctors. Oh
shit, really?
Mm-hmm. We have enough doctors.
That's what's slowing everything down. That makes sense.
We don't have residencies.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, if she was transgender, she could scream that they got her letter in for trans rights. Oh,
you guys continue. I'm going to call real quick and.
So how was TDOR for you, Ben?
The forum this weekend?
Yeah, specifically TDOR, Trans Day of Remembrance.
Oh, I was not paying as much attention because I wasn't sleeping all weekend, getting drunk with Marie and Jonathan.
Yeah, it was fun to see the various pictures of you as the time went on. You looked more and more wrecked.
Yeah, I did enjoy stalking your Twitter and seeing all the people you took pictures with.
Well, I took all the pictures because it was Titan. Titan was like telling all of us that we're gonna be there. He's like, you have to get pictures with all these people. So I got a bunch, but I didn't get pictures with everybody because there were just so many people. But I got a good number of them.
Well, I hear they're not. They're putting the whole thing on hold right now. So next Faithless is kind of up in the air.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to happen next year.
Why not?
And
so
I have a feeling it's pandemic related.
Well, it was related to like a lot of the workload for setting it up was kind of on one person, and it ended up being a lot of work. And so, figuring out if there's going to be enough people to run the thing is the question.
That's a pretty common thing with volunteer type organizations. Is
Yeah.
you get a core group, which can be as little as 1 or 2 people, and they get to do everything,
and then you burn them out, and then so
everybody wonders, well, what's wrong? Why aren't they doing their job? Well, because their job is doing their job with you. Oh well.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I still think like we need to, like, the small channels, we got to do something fun to get, like maybe do a retreat or something. That'd be kind of fun.
I think that would be fantastic.
A retreat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just like for the content creators, like the small channels.
Like
that'd
super
be
small
awesome.
channels like us.
Like out in the woods or something?
Yeah, like we could go camping, or I kept mentioning camping, and then Jonathan wants to go glamping. Like Jonathan refuses to sleep in a tent, so
really, Jonathan, really.
Well, there's a lot
Jonathan's
of
so
campgrounds
bougie.
that have mixed tents and RVs. Why can't you do
Yeah,
both?
I mean, just
I would
rent
do
an
that, but
RV.
it's like the fun places you gotta just go with the tent though, because like some of the nice places, like you gotta hike at least like a mile out into the middle of nowhere to be away from the people.
Well, somebody bring a bulldozer and make the road bigger. It's easy. No?
I have privileges on B's channel now, so I'm letting people in for you.
Hi, Amanda. Good thing I gave Ben
Amanda!
permissions
Holy
on
cow.
my channel in case he ever wanted to stream over here and talk shit.
Everything is weird. I don't know if my fucking computer is working, or if anybody can hear me. But I'm
We
moving
can hear
on.
you. We can hear
We
you,
can
Minda.
see you, we can hear you, we can smell you.
I don't know if she can hear us.
You can hear me?
We can
Yep.
hear you. Can you hear
No.
us?
Fuck.
Oh, she can't hear us.
Mm.
In the
We can hear
meantime,
her.
I'm gonna
hear you.
shameless plug. Since we have Purple in the chat. Medical Myths this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We have Amanda, we have. There we go. Oh, and Heather's trying to get in, but device is not connected.
Does B know that he's muted?
Yeah, he's trying to get Heather online. So hi, Amanda.
Hi. Sorry, I might be in and out. My connection is really shit here, but
That's fine.
hi.
I'll finish my plug real quick. So Saturday, Medical Myths, 2 p.m. Eastern time. My special guest will be Purple Rhymes with Orange. We're gonna talk about herbal medicine. It's gonna be fun. So be there.
Nice.
So hi, Amanda. Actual introduction to the group now.
So many fucking thirst trap picks this weekend, Ben.
I'm
That's
sorry.
just mean, you know.
I'm not sorry. No.
You look so happy. It
was
like
great.
you had so much fun. I'm just like
Neil is very
I'm
tall.
jealous.
Neil is very tall.
Yes, Neil's very tall. Dark Matter is very short though. So
And
How
it's gonna
tall
be
is Neil?
on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube for my video. But yeah,
Awesome.
so Jonathan and I at one point were joking about how like it's a con, so you're supposed to cosplay at conventions. And then guess who showed up dressed like a pirate? If
yeah,
any of you saw
Aaron, I
that.
saw that.
Aaron Rod showed up as a pirate. Like
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
like
Yeah, I saw that.
Also, Eric Murphy tried to kill him as well. Did you see that? He gave
didn't
him
see
this
that.
little bottle of like.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh no, I
like,
actually did because I was there. I was there when Eric Murphy gave it to him, and he just like did a shot of it.
Did he literally just like tip
He
it
just
back
literally
and drink
took
the whole
top
thing?
off, and he didn't drink the whole thing, but he took a nice swig of it.
What
Yeah,
was
that happened.
what
Yeah,
was
that happened.
What was it?
It was this
funny.
really spicy hot sauce.
Oh,
That's picked out
oh.
just for Aaron Raw, and Eric shows up and just hands it to him, and then he takes the top off and just like doesn't drink the whole thing as a shot, but like a good part of it.
And it didn't bother
But
him?
even just drinking it raw,
Oh, no,
like
he was
that, or,
like-
not on something.
For the next few minutes, he was like, "Don't drink that." It was a weird.
Hey,
it was a weird
Jenny.
time.
Yeah,
Can we talk about something real quick?
sure. Am I going to be embarrassed?
Your new Twitter icon.
Oh.
That's fucking terrifying.
Isn't that
Oh, no, what is
absolutely
it?
awful?
What is it?
It was this picture. So I saw it on a tweet, and somebody was challenging someone else to put this on as your avatar for a week. So I decided I would take it up on the challenge, and I get to get rid of it on Friday. I certainly will.
I need to see.
It's horrible. I have no idea.
Oh,
where
that
it
one.
came from.
Yeah.
Isn't it creepy?
That's yeah. I didn't notice that was you. Oh my god, stool. Put hot sauce on rhubarb. I did. Okay, there's one person in particular I talked a whole lot about this weekend. And that's Stool. I talked a lot about Stool this weekend.
I mean, Stool's one of our favorite people.
The Stool is just so memorable. Stool, I'm trying to spread your love to like everybody in the community. I'm like, have you met Stool? You need to meet Stool. So that's pretty much what I did all weekend, was shill Stool's channel.
Stool's got some real talent when it comes to video and editing and stuff. I don't know if anybody's noticed that.
Stool's great.
But he really knows what he's doing.
Oh, he does. He does know what he's doing.
I would say that he was probably a professional at one point.
So sorry.
Stop spreading my rhubarb, a stranger. You're funny, Stool, okay? You're funny. And people love you.
Except when he does that and won't turn his fucking caps lock off. That drives me insane.
I mean, the shouting.
It's Stool shouting.
No,
I mean,
my favorite thing is when Stool will say something like, I want to see your chapatis. And then we'll also say in the next comment, I'm not weird. Stop making it seem like I'm weird.
Did he send you his knee willy pic? Did he?
No, he did not. Oh, no, I think I did see the knee willy.
Okay, I was going to say, because I know where it is on my phone. I will send that shit to you. It's hilarious.
Can you show it? Can you show it on screen?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah, B, I was just saying that, like, there's one person in particular I talked a whole hell of a lot this weekend about, and that is Stool. I talked a lot about Stool this weekend.
Oh, it's not gonna let you. Oh,
No, I saw it.
because of the.
Well, isn't Heather going to get in?
Might be too bright.
Let her in because
Too
the
bright.
camera on her computer's not working.
Yeah, can you?
Damn it,
I'll just
babe.
send it to you, Jenny. It's phenomenal. He put a lot of work into it. I'm very proud of him.
Well, send it to B and B can full screen it.
Okay.
If B knows how to do that, I'm not sure.
Ah. Well, it's okay because Ben has control too, so Ben could do it.
I do have control too.
I made him an admin on my channel because it said, hey, you can have one free admin. And I thought, sometimes Ben might want to be on YouTube and talk shit and not use his good channel. So I figured I'd give him control of mine.
Yeah, and I guess I'm
He only
an
does
understudy for
professional
B
stuff
now.
on YouTube.
I'm B's understudy now.
Yes.
So whenever if B can't make it to the stream, then I'll show up.
I figured with like teeth problems coming up and stuff.
Yeah, B messaged me and was like, yeah, I was having a tooth issue. I might not be able to make it on tonight. Can you stream if I'm not there? And I was like, yeah, sure. So that's how it all
Would somebody
started.
like to take over my channel while I continue to go through all of this bullshit? Because, I haven't done anything in months on my channel because I just haven't been able to.
But you'd have
Pretty
to find
sure
someone
everybody
that
just
does.
forgot about me. So.
Well, no, I don't think anybody
Mhm.
forgot about you. That's for I know we didn't. But you'd have to find someone that would go something in that direction, like science, climate, and stuff to stick to that theme. So if you could find somebody like that would wants to do it,
There's
You know.
somebody who has a degree in agriculture.
ooh,
Phoebe is not
Phoebe.
allowed. Phoebe was a fucking climate denier. I know she's not anymore, but she was, even though she has that degree.
she was
So-
also racist. So what? People change.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. We did a show where she
Phoebe's
we were talking
hilarious.
about how she was a climate denier, and we kind of played it off, did a little bit like she still was. It was so much fun. So I wanted to kill her a little bit, but it was still fun. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if people can't change, I gotta get out of here because I used to be all sorts of shitty.
I want to bring something in here. You're talking about people who are deniers. Has anyone seen the Science Bob the Science Guy video of Flat Earth Fokker?
No.
If you're a follower of or a denier of flat earthers, there's this one guy from British Columbia. His name was Flat Earth Fokker, and just one of the more obnoxious people. But he's a long-standing, well-known flat earther, especially in British Columbia. And he's, like most flat earthers, he's a conspiracy theorist and believes in everything. Well, he is a COVID denier, and he's denied COVID up till the day he died from it. And Dr. Bob did about a half an hour video, 20-minute, whatever, about his demise and his deniability of COVID and stuff. And it's really kind of moving. And I think people should try to get around and see that and share it out there and see if we can make it viral.
I can't, I keep hearing from people like, Nervardia and Dr. Hobbs, Dr. Stephen Hobbs, and Scientist Mel, and Lizzie Lang about how difficult having to deal with all these deniers are. And I feel them hard because I've been doing it for fucking years. Do you know how many people come to me with every kind of ridiculous propaganda excuse in the book and think that what they heard from Fox is going to shut my ass down, after studying all the years that I did in both astro and climate science? It's fucking ridiculous. It hurts. And it's frustrating when when it comes to stuff like anti-vaxxing or just COVID denial at all, you're talking to somebody, you're trying to save their life or at least the people around them, and they will just spew hatred at you. And I get that because with climate change, it's about trying to save everybody's lives, and to have people legitimately tell you that they don't believe it or they don't even care. I had this one guy, I think I talked about it the last time I was here, I'm not sure, but there's this one guy the other day who went on and on about how he didn't believe in anthropogenic climate change, which is that it's man-made, but then turned around and his answer was, well, actually, the world is heating up because of all the extra souls being burned in hell. So technically it is anthropogenic. Yeah. So fuck. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to argue with you? You are nuts. You're
Whose
nuts.
ass did he pull that out of? What the fuck?
No clue. But there really is
Wow.
a lot of people, a lot of Christians that believe that even if they've been convinced that climate change is real, that it's God's will, or that they're actually happy about it because their death gets them to God faster.
Yeah, they believe
That
it's part
shit
of
is
the,
fucking crazy to argue with. There's just no arguing with it.
They
So-
believe it's some of the prophecies of Revelations, and that the sooner it happens, the better. And let's start war in the Mideast because that'll help it along too.
Oh yeah, they want Armageddon to happen. There's a whole death cult going on. Yep.
Mhm. And yes,
They want to
I
encourage
said I
that
feel them
because
hard.
that's going to force the hand of God. That they want to force the hand of God.
But
I
the thing is,
saw an interview today with a guy who actually stood there and he broke down the word television to be tell-lie-vision, and how television is being used to cast
Hi,
spells
Maya.
on everybody, to make them believe in COVID and climate change and all this kind of stuff, and that God is really, should be the person that we're listening to, and all this kind of stuff, and hell, brimstone,
there's
fire, damnation.
one of the leading public climate scientists is a woman named Dr. Catherine Kehoe, who is brilliant and amazing, but she's still kind of doing the like, it's going to be okay, we can figure this out, instead of, but we don't need any more of the soft words. We need to make this clear to people that we're in a lot of trouble and this is a really bad thing. That's the only thing I don't really like about her. But she pointed out that there's actually a part of the Bible, some passage that says that we're in charge of making sure the earth is okay, that God gave us the job of keeping this planet the way it's supposed to be, keeping it healthy and safe. So everybody that says, oh, well, we want it to go this way, or this is God's plan, that just goes against their own Bible. Like, it doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter.
Well, we need to use harsher language. I've been a proponent of that for quite some time. I even sent out a tweet that goes along the lines of it's about time that we start calling conspiracy theories what they really are: lies.
Yes.
And people need to understand that this is what's going on. These are just plain lies.
But when it comes to climate change, first of all, I mean, it's been something that people have been aware of for a long time. And even though we can see what's happening around us and how much of our world is being affected by it, a lot of people aren't directly affected by it. The change has been, just small enough that, like, even though the world is on fire as compared to even just 5 years ago, even though it's always the hottest year on record every year, they don't really see it. So we get called fear mongers when we straight up say, look, do something or we're fucking dead. This is a problem. And I mean, I get that, but the thing is, we can't keep sugarcoating shit. There is a 1.5 degrees Celsius global rise in temperature mark that once we hit, that is the point of no return. And we will see that before 2030 if we don't make drastic changes right fucking now. But our world leaders, like fucking COP26 just happened a couple weeks ago. It just like Paris, they make promises that don't come anywhere near close enough, and nobody keeps the promises. There is only one fucking country that is signed on to Paris that has kept their promise so far. Everybody else has fallen behind or just let it go. They make these promises and then they don't do it. But because they make these, they have these big world conferences and they all get together, flying there on their private fucking jets, by the way. Hi, Brie Love.
I agree.
Everybody's like, oh, yay, look, we're working together. We're getting something done. No, the fuck we're not. Nothing is happening. It is a show. So everybody, people think that the people in charge are getting shit done because it looks like they are. They may have these, have COP and they have Paris and everything like that, but nothing's happening and we're falling farther and farther behind. There were more delegates at COP from fossil fuel the fossil fuel industry than are the three biggest contributing countries combined at COP this year. How fucked up is that? Who's making the decisions at this supposed environmental conference? It wasn't the scientists, not even the leaders who don't know what they're talking about. It should be the scientists, but no, it ends up being the world leaders, and the world leaders are overshadowed by the fucking fossil fuel companies. So no, we are fucked, and we need to stop. We need to start being more vocal about it. And getting called fear mongers is just something that is going to have to come with the territory. So.
Amanda, I admire your fight, and I know that
This is fucking beautiful.
it's good and just, and it has to go on. It's essential that your job go on, and that everybody in the business you're in jobs go on, but I don't think there's a chance we're going to succeed at this.
Right the
I-
fuck.
I
I
on.
don't think so either, but there is a way to mitigate it. There is a way to slow it down. There is a way to protect the people that are most vulnerable. The people that are being affected most by climate change right now are the poorest nations in the world, especially those around the equator. The equator and those south of the equator are actually the places on the planet. There are a lot of places that have already exceeded the 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature hike. We have
Mauritius,
climate refugees trying to get into our own country right now.
Mauritius
We,
is
as
strong.
Americans, make up, I think it was 4.25% of the world population, but we produce 14% of global carbon emissions. We have caused these problems for people in poorer countries. We have made them climate refugees, yet we stand at that border and refuse to let them in because they're brown skinned or whatever
right.
the fucking reason.
There is
Right.
Amanda.
there is no mitigation possible that's going to save New York City. None. They can't build a wall high enough to protect New York City. They can't build a wall high enough or long enough to protect New York City. New York City is only what, 8-10 feet above sea level. Well, that's not much more than Florida. Florida's like average 6 feet. So goodbye, Florida.
Hey,
And
you
goodbye,
know
New
that
York.
Well
that
said,
flood
Maya.
of scorpions I was talking about the other day? You know what the cause of that was, right? It was climate change.
Yeah.
Because they had a tsunami storm flood through Egypt in the middle of November in Egypt, where it totally out of the ordinary because freaking climate change.
I don't know if people know what specifically I do in my job. I work with endangered, near endangered species. We run these simulations to see how continued changes in their ecosystem due to climate change would continue to affect them. So we try to figure out ways to mitigate that, ways to help the species in these ecosystems that we're losing. But we are failing. So I'm constantly watching these species that I work with completely disappear or die off. We are in a mass extinction event, our planet 6. We lose at the low end 30,000 species every year, but that's just the species we know about. It's probably closer to 50,000, if not more. And that's a fuck time. And the big percentage of that is from the changing climate, from especially temperature hikes and the massive amounts of weather patterns changing and stuff like that, especially in the oceans, because we don't even know all of the species that are in the ocean yet. Things like coral reefs that house and feed the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of species that we don't even know about yet, are just dying off at incredible rates. The Great Barrier Reef is 50% bleached at this point, and that is wreaking huge havoc on everything, because there is a domino effect when it comes to every ecosystem on this planet. Every ecosystem is connected to the next to make it bigger and bigger. The planet is one big ecosystem. So as we topple one, we topple the next. When you have one species that dies out in an ecosystem, everything is symbiotic. So nearly every species in that ecosystem can be affected by it. It is incredibly devastating, and people don't understand this or realize this because they, honestly, most of the time only think about humans. They don't hear about the species extinctions because honestly, it can take sometimes years and even decades for them to say, yes, we haven't seen this species in a long time, it's extinct. But I cannot tell you, there's been a few species that I've specifically worked with that we've lost, and it has just broken me because there is only so much. I can run the numbers and I can write the papers, but I can't go out there and save every one of them, and I feel like I'm doing nothing. And when I spend all of my time and my energy and I put all this love and work into this, trying to just save these species, to have people, to go out there and have people tell me, no, we can't get rid of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are great, or climate change isn't a thing, or they don't care, or, it's not going to affect them. They'll be dead beforehand. It is the most infuriating thing that you can imagine. So sorry about the climate change rant. I'm done now, but it's a lot.
No, I
Tropical
absolutely
diseases.
love when you rant like that. You have all right to. You are absolutely correct, and people need to get a fucking grip and realize it.
You're muted, but
That's
thank
all I'm
you.
going to say about that. Yes,
yeah, I was just saying that I'm super emotional and I love all the little animals. So you're breaking my heart hearing that. That you see these species that are dying. That there's one of a kind organisms that you get to see that window of time in which they exist, because they don't exist anymore, and that's so heartbreaking.
And there's nothing you can do when they're gone. They're gone. The blue macaw. Even though it's they thought it was lost for a while. They specifically came to the conclusion that in the wild they're extinct this year. That was, it's such a beautiful species, and hearing that when we got the email about it, they're calling it for the blue macaw. I was for an hour, I just wept because I spent, I don't know, 8 or so months running numbers in that, and usually we only do a month or 2 with a species and then we move on to the next. But we kept working with the blue macaw for quite a long time, and that one was fucking hard. So
that's the one from Rio, right? That's what that was based on.
Yeah, which was they actually I think that they did that purposefully to try to bring awareness to this situation, and it didn't work the way they wanted it to. People didn't actually pay. Not that there was much that they could have done other than, I don't know, I know that everybody feels like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm one person. But you can, if more of us do something, just change a little bit of your lifestyle, recycle and walk a little more, that kind of thing. Make sure you're aware of what you're eating, where your food comes from, because so much of our food will travel from all across the country or even different countries. And that is a huge carbon footprint just in our food alone. But the most important thing you can do is be an activist, even the slightest way. Just call your congressman, call your senator, and say, look, I want something done about climate change. I want to push forward for the Green New Deal. I want to be able to see change in our laws that, make things better. Trump got rid of or completely obliterated 99 environmental protection laws in his time in office. In fact, one of the last things he did before he left was make it so there's certain protected Alaskan forests. He allowed for them to be traveled and mined. Just was like, yeah, I'm going to blow this shit to hell. I don't give a shit. He specifically did things just to be hurtful or just to garner favor with the fossil fuel industry because they pay for so much of Republican support. Sorry if you hear screaming out there. But people didn't know that. People didn't see any of this happen. It went under the table. So just being aware of what laws are in play, what policies are in play, and what policies are being fucked with, basically. Just tell your congressman that you care, and this is something that you will vote about. You will lose my vote if you don't stand up for environmental policies. If more people did that, it would make a difference. But right now, we have Republicans who are bought and paid for by big oil, and the Democrats will not listen sometimes because there's just not enough pressure. They're just not hearing enough from their constituents that they care. Just saying that you care, it takes 10 minutes of your time. Write an email, make a phone call, and say, I care. I will vote for, I will vote according to whether or not you actually enact these policies, or at least try to. That would make a huge difference. So please do that.
Thank you.
For the rant.
Amanda, how much does palm oil farming contribute to climate change?
it's not good. There is a huge amount. There's a huge carbon footprint to palm oil, especially with the amount of water that is necessary, and again travel time, because there's only a tiny places on the planet that do it. But palm oil can be used in a lot of things. There are alternatives that work just as well. Palm oil is not necessary. It's just the words.
Look at your products.
Yeah.
And buy them. Because palm oil is like the worst thing besides maybe fossil fuels that you can be purchasing to contribute.
Yeah. Like Bree said, it's important to look at what you're consuming and be aware of what kind of carbon footprint goes into your product as well.
And what is palm oil generally used for most?
I don't know what.
Junk food. Your potato chip and your.
That's another thing too. The way, you know how like corn, we have, I think it's 5 basic staple foods in our country that are used more than anything, especially corn. I think it's corn and wheat, and I can't remember the other ones. But our overuse of these foods have caused in the last century for our food biodiversity, our agricultural biodiversity, to decrease by over 80%. We have lost more than 80% of the types of foods that we have because we have overproduced these cheap and easy, yet not the greatest in terms of carbon footprint foods like corn and wheat. And the other foods have gone literally extinct. We've lost them. So, pay attention to that as well.
What about all the diseases like bananas? There was one strain of bananas that went bye-bye.
Yeah, in fact, when you eat banana candy, that taste is based on an already extinct banana.
It's true.
Yep.
So I think the Cavendish and the Gross Michael banana.
And a lot of it is just because people recognize and they think that the banana we eat today that's the only type of banana. That's what they recognize and that's what they want to see. So that was produced more, and the other bananas were just left aside and just completely replaced by what we know as a real banana. The amount of food too that is wasted.
The next vegetable that's very heavily at risk is the potato. What's going to happen when the very important staple of a potato goes? All the vast majority of potatoes are Idaho potatoes, Idaho version potatoes, and it's all.
I disagree. Prince Edward Island is one of the biggest potato producers in North America.
Oh.
But again, that's a distance problem. You're talking about shipping them. If we had more agricultural biodiversity where we could grow, different species of plants in wider areas or different areas, as opposed to 1 or 2 species that can only be grown in certain places and have to be shipped worldwide, it would be better.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't think about. Unfortunately, it's just something that people don't think about because they aren't aware of these things. So.
Oh,
Jenny froze.
Oh.
She'll be back. It happens.
Yeah.
But
I just don't, normally, she's on. I try to minimize how many people are on here, but this is such a good topic and I want so many different opinions that I just wanted to bring everybody in. So
yeah, that's right. I took your trans topic. I'm sorry. Again,
no, it's okay. It was a joke about an event that happened a couple weeks ago, and I was just being sarcastic because someone said, and I quote, "All you guys do is talk about trans issues," and I said, "That's not true. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk about everything. The only thing we don't dwell on a lot is religion versus atheism because everybody in the community talks about that. So we talk about all the other stuff." And they said, "No, you guys are just always talking about that." And Bolt came on, and Bolt said, "Say it, Bolt."
I said, we'll stop talking about it when the fight's over.
He said when trans people have the rights of everybody else, and that the cis-het fucking people have, then we'll stop talking. And Savage Minnow was great, said, my partner, she constantly worries about whether she's going to pass when she walks out that door. She constantly worries if someone's going to like beat her up because they figure out she's trans. She constantly worries about her dysphoria. How do you expect them to not talk about it? It's always on their mind.
Mhm.
And I was like, and there you have it, folks. I don't think.
And I was just unhappy that I had to be the cishet white guy saying that shit, because like seriously, it's not even my fight. You know what I mean? It's like
white person that lives.
It is. I'll stand up and fight with you all day, like any day of the week. But it's not directly affecting me as a person. So I feel bad that it had to be me that had to stand up and say that shit.
But see, that's good though. That's what we need is if cishet people say it, other
people listen to you.
Listen.
I sure hope so.
I have to say that when Bree came out, I think I was one of the first people outside your family that you tell me that.
Yeah.
Just, I cannot tell you, it has been one of the greatest honors of my life. Just traveling this road with you. And I mean, I can't imagine how hard it's been, but the fact that you have trusted me enough to be there for you and you knew that I would be there and I would fucking fight for you no matter what. Great. Just I can't thank you enough for that. I love you so fucking much, and really, I have never been so honored that, just there was this Nazi asshole the other day that was fucking with me online, and he thought he was gonna get to me by calling me a tranny. Which, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I look trans. It doesn't matter, because I was like, do you honestly think that's a fucking insult to me? Do you know how many people that I love and adore that I look up to because they are the strongest people I know that they're trans? And he just shut the fuck up. He was like, God damn it. So
yeah, you're always fighting with Nazis on Twitter. I don't know. It's like Indiana Jones.
It's like low-hanging fruit, Bree. It's so easy because they're so stupid. It's fun.
They get a little scary though. They would like had pictures of Neil's backyard or something. That would scare
one
the hell
of them
out of me.
sent me a DM saying they were going to rape me. So,
Nazis are dumbasses. I believe it was the head of the Nazi science ministry, actually, because Einstein was a Jew, and E equals MC squared meant that, explain the energy of the sun. They came up with the ice theory, that the sun was made of ice. I am not crapping you. The Nazis actually promoted that idea.
Nazi Germany has some good scientists too, though. A lot of the NASA scientists that started the.
Yeah, I get
I know, but after they chased all the Jews out of Germany, America became the leader in the Nobel Science Prizes.
I get, I worked for NASA's Challenger Education program back in the day before I went into climate science. And I can't tell you how many times, because the Apollo program was started, we borrowed Werner von Braun, who was a Nazi scientist and then became the head of NASA at the time. Except, I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. From what I understand, he wasn't like, he was one of those people that was caught up and was like, you're going to do this or we're going to kill you. But I've been called a Nazi just for my association with NASA because of that. So, it happens.
Amanda?
People say Nazi way too much. I can sing songs in Hebrew, and for some strange reason, people called me a Nazi for supporting Obama.
What?
My grandparents met in a concentration camp, so like I'm not the biggest fan of Nazis. Just even if it weren't like, obviously I don't like who they are and what they do, but I mean I even have an extra personal connection to hating Nazis. So yeah, fuck them.
So yes, Gary, how many years, Amanda? NASA?
How many years did I work there?
Yeah.
Less than 2. When I got pregnant with Angel is when I left.
Oh, that's right.
I wanted to raise him, and it was just too hard to continue in astrophysics. Yeah. So,
Amanda, I have a challenge for you.
Yeah.
I have a challenge for you. I want you to go watch any of the streams by the shills where they debate that flurf that keeps showing up.
Ooh.
Right? Be
What?
another one. You know,
Okay.
you know the flat earther that shows up on the shills and like came to that debate, but didn't actually
Gary
debate. Just,
Wybinga.
We're talking about
no,
flat
not
Earth
that guy.
again.
No, the one who actually showed up to debate, like was in, like on the panel. To
Yeah, I was
debate.
there.
Something
Yeah.
Asylum.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No.
She was at Pub Chat or something, wasn't she? Or no, not this week. She was on she was on that random stream this week too.
yeah. What the fuck
But-
was her name? I can almost see her
I
icon.
don't know,
in my head
but
right
she
now.
came on and like the person she was debating actually brought arguments, and then she gives like her opening statements, and it's just like attacking
all,
the
"You're
shows
in a
as a
cult."
channel.
Did you guys not see? Did you guys not see the proof of flat Earth that I posted earlier in the chat?
No, what was that?
No.
Missed that
The
one.
Earth is 70% water and it's not carbonated, so it's flat.
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah.
right.
Okay.
But I want to see Manda react to that
Okay.
debate.
You know, I
Oh, Gary. Okay.
I was on a stream with Mark Sargent once, and that I don't know if you've ever seen my sign that says "suck my dick." That comes from that, because he just kept throwing stupid bullshit at me, and I told him, you know, if you want to actually debate this for real, go through the education that I got, get your degree in astrophysics, you know, and then we'll talk about it some more. And he told me I was indoctrinated because of the amount of education I had, and that's what I told him to suck my dick. So, yeah, Mark Sargent can suck my
There you
dick.
go.
High school.
High school.
High stool.
You know that scarf that you had when you first came on? It looked like you had really long, like almost angel hair. So it's quite sexy. We love it.
I don't know, Doorknob Head, if you went to school with this guy or not, but he is a fucking flat earther from hell. And he comes in, I don't know why, but he shows up for every single shill show. And he's always in the chat, and he's always arguing and telling everybody they're wrong. And he is great to fuck with.
He's interesting.
I don't know where that line is that they just cannot understand basic physics at all. That things like, you know, water stays in the ocean, so the world must be flat, or stupid shit like that. Or I'm in a plane and it still looks flat to me. Like
That's what it all comes down to. It looks flat to me. That's the whole
Yeah.
argument. Well, it looks flat to me, and you can't prove that it's not. Because they talk about density and vanishing points, and
And I think they forget like how tiny we are. Like maybe they don't realize.
No.
Like, on the surface of the Earth, we are little fucking molecules compared to the Earth.
Yeah.
We are very, very tiny. We are hard to see. You literally
But
have to, from there, have to zoom in with a fucking telescope to see us because we are so tiny. Of course, it looks flat where you're standing, you idiot.
So Ben, are you gonna have
You and I can only see so far.
a psychiatry rotation at all by any chance?
Yeah, January.
Okay, so I'm curious about this
nice.
because there's actually there's a lot of psychology when it comes to people that believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, and it has to, a lot of the time it has to do with the fact that if it's just a big event or something big, they need a big explanation for it. Something, especially the World Trade Center is a good example of that, because they don't understand how it just could have been a group of people that just flew a couple planes into some towers. They need a bigger explanation than that, because their mind cannot process the idea that something so huge has happened without an equally huge explanation. And the same goes for scientific conspiracy theories. Things like COVID, where you have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people dying, and yet the explanation is so simple as that it was just a virus that came from an animal. but they want something more, because no way that there could be something toppling our species in this manner it doesn't have a bigger explanation. So I'm just
They're looking
curious.
for something far more sinister.
Yeah, exactly.
So Manda and Brainbug, this is something that this is definitely a thought, and it's very early stages and wouldn't happen for a while. But I think it'd be great to have a call-in show format for just science questions and science myths with actual scientists who can explain the science.
Wait a
Isn't
minute.
that
You
Mel's
want to have a
show?
platform with people that know what they're talking about? That's never gonna
Mel
work,
has a
Ben.
science show, but Mel doesn't have people call in. Mel
No.
answers
Yeah,
questions.
no, yeah.
But-
Well, you could get Mel on there too. She totally.
Yeah, no, I
want
wanna
with that.
I would totally gather all the sciencey skeptics and do something like that. But it would take a while to plan something like that, so it wouldn't be for a while. But
I'm definitely on board with that. And I know I gave Phoebe a lot of shit earlier, but we're actually in the middle of putting together specifically a show about debunking climate denial that we will do
That's
together.
awesome.
So it'll be a minute. I'm obviously still going through some shit.
I
and
love
take
this.
Okay, you know
Facts
what?
and friends.
Let's
Facts and
make
friends.
this. Let's
Let's
make
do
this
this.
fun. Everybody in the chat, think of a name you
Ooh,
think it should be
echo.
called. Put it in the chat, and we'll do a vote later.
Oh,
Guys,
and
throw it in
one
there. Come up with some shit.
one thing that you should really watch if you want to figure out how people get down those rabbit holes. Ranty, former flat earther, produced a video. He told everyone how he wound up falling into that rabbit hole. He has a channel called Flirspective, and he explained how he went from actually taking an honors degree in college to becoming a flat earther. And it was actually having something to do with his major, where he had to post a YouTube channel, post videos on YouTube, and then he just got sucked into it. And if you watch him, he explains how he got sucked into it and how he got out.
Wow, that is super interesting. Thank you. Perps. By the way, Commander Florida, and I don't think
Low
we've met.
water.
I'm
Hi,
Amanda.
Perps.
If you
Let us
didn't
tell you why you're wrong.
say hi.
Yes, that's what's gonna
I
happen.
will remember Amanda.
Just nice to meet you. So
She's hard to forget.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Who's hard? Which one?
Amanda.
Oh, it was like any of them. Are
Thank
hard
you,
to
Gray.
forget in my book.
You know who else
Usually
is,
it's the
is hard to
boobs. I
forget?
can't really see them, so.
You know who else is really hard to forget?
Who?
Edward Shuttlecock Nee Willie III.
I know, really. Like, is that
Oh, yeah,
not the
that's
best
my-
one?
You probably
Best
can't
tools
see
come
it.
up
I
within
wear
like a month.
a space shuttle around my neck, an orbiter that I've actually been wearing since I was 15, and my son has one as well. But Stool makes the joke that I wear a cock around my neck, which actually Erin Lewis made too, and said she wanted one. Like, no,
This should be the name of our show. This should be the
Dr. Ben's glasses.
Dr. Ben's
Just
glasses.
kidding, it's not.
Well,
it.
you could
Some
you
video
could call it
of
you could
the
call it-
vertical wind tunnel at NASA Langley, and underneath that big crane that they had the Apollo mission, the Apollo capsule swung from. Maybe I'll take all the sound off and put some of those videos up.
Well, you could
Yeah.
call it through scientists' eyes.
Christian, I'll send you a link over Discord.
Hey yo!
No, but, like, there are two reasons that I do the
you can
YouTube
put it in
thing.
the chat if you want. It's fine.
The main reason I started, like, I came into the community and stuff was, bless you,
Sorry.
you know, in a
Thought I was
secular
You
way.
muted.
okay? You okay?
Oh no, I always have the cough. That's why I usually
Oh.
muted.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure you're all right. I'm sorry, Amanda. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. We did it because, like, my son and I live in Georgia, and we had tried to, when we first moved here, start a secular group, and it got dangerous. Like, I got followed home a couple times. It was just not good, and we just needed people to be able to connect with. So that's the main reason I do it. But I also, even though, I mean, I started off as Mama Atheist, most of my content is scientific based, and I just science, you know, communication is a passion of mine. So anything I can do to contribute.
Ooh. I
Listen.
like that one. Listen,
I still think Facts and Friends is the funniest
Facts
because
and
it's
Friends
like
is
Fox
the
and
best
Friends.
so far. Yeah,
Because it's like
Listen.
Fox and Friends, but the opposite
But
of Fox and Friends.
facts, right?
Exactly.
Literally the direct
I call
opposite.
it.
Show me the
focus,
Carfax.
FAUX.
No.
Call it citation needed. I like that.
Oh, it's like
That's actually
Actually,
really good.
What usually pisses me off is that I only have like high school science and watching way too much PBS. But I can come up
call
with
it
better
facts.
shit off the cuff than these conspiracy people have come up with for years of their work.
You could call it facts and
I mean, if they're gonna make shit up, they could at least put a little more imagination into it.
what's the word?
Purple, you have a beautiful functioning brain, and that's something flat earthers don't have.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well,
Facts
thank
and
you.
Friends might get the algorithm.
Who in the hell is that? You really think I'm gonna let you in with that name? After I just posted that in the chat. Nah, man, you better say something. Try
Well,
again.
Stool's already
My
here,
Wi-Fi
so yeah.
weird again.
I have a feeling I know who it is, but that's not the point. I'm not letting him in until I know it's him.
Usually, if you get weird, creepy names at Stool, but it's already here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
guessing
Stool's
it's Christian,
already
though.
here.
tell me who you are.
I'm guessing it's Christian.
Well, yeah.
That's my guess.
Who left?
Amanda dropped.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, our studio's full. Too.
not now.
Not anymore, but
There she is.
Sorry. Still in and out. But yes.
Still not
Just the
putting you in
unstable
until you tell
connection.
me who you are. Nah, dude, I've seen too much shit on my brother's channel. I don't play that shit here.
Is it Christian?
Wait,
It
Is some-
probably is, but I don't know. So I'm
is
not
someone trying to get in and won't say who they are?
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
I know that, Christian, but is it you?
With that name.
Sorry if I'm in someone's way though. It said for a second when I tried to come back in that the studio was full. So,
it's
Well,
Gary.
yeah, there's 10 people in here.
oh, is it Gary?
Well,
It's
we've only
Gary
got 9
Wabenga.
on the
No,
screen
no,
right
I was
now,
joking.
so-
Oh,
I was
okay.
joking that it's Gary Wabenga.
I think you could fit one more on here, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's somebody backstage, that is the one more,
It
isn't it?
is a name that I do not consider really appropriate for my stream, and that's one of the reasons I haven't let that person in yet.
They can go change their name if they want in.
Change your name and tell me who you are in a private chat, and you better have a name.
If you
I
change
know,
your name
or
to
you're not
Gary
coming in.
Wabenga, you can come in.
Yes.
Hey, I still need a Gary to fill out my group, the 5Gs.
Get Gary Wabenga purple.
What did Grant do?
Gary Priestley is the best.
Hashtag
so.
not all Garys.
Not all Garys.
I like
No,
Gary.
not
I
all
just-
Garys
I-
are bad.
Can we do? I need to do a stream, or we just watch. I just want to see Manda react to some of the stuff that the shills have reacted to. Because like the shills, I don't know where y'all find
Is that
like
preferred, Christian?
the weird stuff that y'all react to, but my God.
I haven't actually
Hey,
seen
show
a
your-
lot of the
show your
shills,
face,
so
Balzac.
that would be perfect. It would be new
They-
to me.
They
So
find the weirdest.
Okay, thank
stuff.
you.
Well, the shills have a large cast contributing stuff, but I think Colin is responsible for most of it.
Okay.
So
You
now we
should've
have
went with
Balzac.
Balzac. You should have went with
Is it still
Balzac.
Christian?
It still sounds the same, and yet it's a little funnier because it's actually two names. And welcome, Christian.
I knew it was Christian.
I don't know what
you
you're
know,
talking about.
You know, Manda, you should get on the shills on Sunday nights. You know
Yeah,
they
but-
do
They
on
need another.
Sundays, right?
They need. Do they still need another woman for the
They-
floor?
they
or does Purple do
debunk-
it?
They debunk science and religion shit, and it's all women.
is that the what is the name of
Yeah,
the
the
network?
Uncalled 4 is the Sunday night show. That's
Uncalled
all
4.
ladies.
Yeah, that I've done that one. I've done the uncalled for
You should
once.
do it every. You should do it every Sunday. You guys would get. You do it once, like when I first time I went on there, I felt kind of awkward, and then the second and third time it was like all cool, and then I said, hey, I'm transitioning. I should not go on that anymore. I'll move to pub chat. And they were like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So I only pop on there when there's short people and like 3 of the women can't come and there's only like 2 of them there or something. I'll pop in, but
That's understandable.
usually me and DKJ. But no, they have some great like science discussions, and they're like, "What do you think, B?" And I'm like, "Don't know. You brought the wrong motherfucker on here. You guys are like going deep into fucking climate and astro, and I'm like over here going, I think I'll smoke more pot while you guys are talking about that."
I love
is
the
the best
show
solution.
shows and all those. They're fun.
Anyways,
Smoking more pot is always a good solution. So
well, that's what
right.
I know how to do. I do it.
No,
I don't know if
nod
it-
and agree and smoke more
Same reason
pot.
I have sex. It's the only reason, of course.
anybody who follows my Twitter, if you've noticed, I've posted a few pictures of me and Angel in the woods the past few days. That's because we have to go in the woods for me to smoke. So we
Why?
go and sit out and just like
Because Amanda's stuck at a shelter until she gets until things improve.
It's a domestic violence shelter because of the situation I was in. Because we fled. Like literally in the night, took what we could and took off, and just haven't been able to find a place yet. So yeah, obviously I can't smoke.
If you're around here, you can stay here, Amanda. I got a spare bedroom, like 2 spare bedrooms and everything. You could stay here if you needed a spot. But unfortunately, I think I'm like 2,200 miles away from you. So
I mean, that's a large distance, yes.
Yeah.
And not in the same country.
Yeah. You want to be Canadian?
I do. Canadian is better than American right now.
As long as you're not a Catholic Canadian, they're the bad ones.
With COVID, it has just made like nobody can find a place right now. Like it's just incredible. There are waiting lists just months and months long, and like we obviously don't have months. And it's like I've been trying since literally April to find a place because the situation I was in has been abusive for years, but it got significantly worse to the point of like actual torture at that point. And so, trying to look for a place, and I had to stay in this fear and abuse for months and months and months until our abuser ended up putting his hands on my kid. And that was when we were like, get the fuck out. So it is what it is.
I like that loan, but you got to change it because it makes it sound like the facts are not facts. So move it around somewhere. But if you have faux in front of facts, then it makes it sound like it's fake facts, which makes it not facts. I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky, but I don't like it like that. But move it around a little bit. You could probably get it in there.
So if we use the fox as a mascot, will we get sued?
We could call it the Faux Show, FAUXSHAUX, and and say and then dash facts and friends.
That sounds too long. We need something like short and catchy.
Show?
It needs to be catchy, yeah.
I just go with the facts and friends.
Or the
Although the list of
non-faux
women
show.
was a pretty good one too.
Yeah, I think facts and
show.
friends and citation needed are the top 2.
You know what? You can't do citation needed. That's GE shit. You're stealing it. You can't do it.
Speaking of which, it is birthday tomorrow, everybody. So make sure you say happy birthday to GE tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, it is. Huh? Now, was it actually GE that started citation needed?
It's citation fucking needed, which by the way, I was wearing that shirt when I flew. I went to Florida last week to I spent the week with my best friend, and on my way back I was wearing the GE shirt, citation fucking needed. And I'm sitting there in the terminal, and one of the women came up to me and told me I had to either change my shirt or cover it up or they wouldn't let me on the plane. I was like,
because it said fucking.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not even big. They're like, they weren't big words.
Yeah,
it wasn't
no,
like,
I know.
Fucking, but yeah, she lived just. I was like, seriously? I almost wanted to be like, well, I'm sorry if this is offensive, but what about, the people wearing crosses? Can I say that's offensive to me and get them to have to cover it up? Like, I don't understand where the line is. So,
Okay, but
That's
we
what
need
I'm
an
saying, Christian,
investigation.
but with SHAUX.
What show are we naming? I think I missed something.
Non-faux show.
We need an investigation though, because was
Also
GE
make it-
using that first, or did that start with Tornado and Movie Night back when Jeff was running it?
I thought that was just
I don't know
meme.
which one started. I wasn't even on YouTube back then. I have no idea who
Yeah,
started.
I don't
first.
know
I
what
know
you're talking
that-
about now.
that GE's came from him just saying it. He was on a stream and he just said it and it kind of stuck and everybody was like, oh, that should be a catchphrase of yours. And he made it into a shirt. So
Yeah. Well, it was a catchphrase for Tornado Pelt back when Jeff was running Movie Night, and that was like 3 years ago at least.
yeah, it would have been before that because I was
Ben?
there at the show when John had said that. And
Yeah.
Stool, you understand you're on the show. You can say stuff, right? Like you don't have to put it in the chat.
Ben, will you want to explain what you want to do with that show that we're trying to name?
Christian, it's an idea for a call-in show, but about science topics, and where the hosts like that you talk to are scientists, like have degrees in science.
All
Got
of
it.
them.
Got it.
Only
Sorry,
those
I'm
people.
not talking because my social anxiety is bad tonight.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, it's cool, man.
Understandable.
There's like I love the call-in shows, like they're great, but like they get a lot of these science callers, and then the people answering them are not experts.
Yeah.
That's
So like it'd be great to have some experts give expertise on the science topics.
That's
And you know,
And
Sure
the
would.
experts could actually learn how to better communicate because there's
It
a
would.
problem where
Yeah,
a lot
and
of
I think
people
like
use the legalese or whatever.
Mhm.
We could get
we definitely need to get
Shannon
better
Q
about
to
that.
come in and talk about some head shit too.
yeah, we
If
we
you
get
want to go down that road.
anybody who's a skeptic and an expert in a scientific discipline that
Mhm.
they would count.
It's pretty good, but you'd have to say Karen and Ken or whatever the white dude version of that is.
What is the white dude version of it?
I think
don't
it's Ken.
Is it?
I call it Ken.
Karen is
I thought it was a Chad.
actually
Karen and Ken.
It's
It sounds
it's a
perfect.
Chad.
Hebrew is
I thought it
a
was Chad,
gendered
too.
language, and Karen is actually the masculine version of the word. It became a little girl's name because it means horn, purity, light, and corner because of the horns on the altar. So Karen is actually the masculine version of the word, and I think
what
it's
word?
something that Hebrew is a gendered language. So you have a masculine version of
know.
a word and a feminine version of a word.
I know. What is the masculine version?
Karen.
Karen,
Karen is the masculine. Karina is the feminine.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense. They act like they have too much testosterone; their body can't handle it.
What's it like to know stuff? Like, it must
Actually,
be
a
really
little
cool to know
trivia.
stuff.
You wind up being miserable.
Yeah,
A
that's
little
like,
trivia on
some of
the
it.
gendered words in Hebrew. Yahweh is actually the feminine.
There you go, Ben. Maybe you can get somebody to
Interesting.
hook you up with some intros and outros.
And,
So
and
you
Gary
need to tell the Christians that their God is a woman.
Well, we already knew that though.
and Gary, I do need to talk to almost a doctor as well because he'd be a great addition to my. I
yeah,
have a whole
there you go.
list going. I have a whole list going of all the science, like the people in the community with science degrees.
Oh, good.
I need
If
to
I'm on
get
that
one of my
list, I
friends
probably
involved
shouldn't
here.
List
be. I don't have a
and-
science degree.
You should give me
Okay.
that list, and I'll
But,
see if
like-
I can
Okay,
add
you're a
to it.
science channel. You can.
Yeah,
you can
there
tell me
there
you're a
is
science channel.
legitimately very few people that are as brilliant as Bree, regardless of
Yeah,
degree. It
Bree,
doesn't
you're-
matter.
Yeah, you can be an exception.
Bree can
Mine, doorknob,
go
mine.
toe to toe with me on climate even sometimes. So, you
Yeah,
know,
that's always fun. We
She's
get going
pretty
on in that topic. We could probably just go back and forth, and you guys just sit back and watch.
in fact, Bree and I technically have a show, even though we haven't been able to do it in a while because
Yeah.
my
Lots
world
of
blew
stuff.
up. But yeah, we will start. I'm going to build I want to be able to build my channel back up. We've talked to B about this, but we have people on from outside of our fields of expertise. So you know, we talk about that and are able to learn more about that and have discussions. So I love that idea, bringing in people from different disciplines, and having, one scientist to another, but one is more like a student. So
we had PZ Myers, and we had what's your doctor friend's name? It's escaping
Dr.
me.
Hobbs.
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr. Hobbs.
By the way, if you're not following Dr. Stephen Hobbs on Twitter,
No.
he is one of the best people in the whole world.
No Stool, not the Colin show. We're not doing that. Although it is pretty funny, but we're not doing that. That still does not point to where we're going with this.
The Colin show.
How come we can't hear you, Stool? What the fuck is wrong with your microphone? Aren't you literally audio guy? Shouldn't you be able to fix this? Or should we just be grateful that we can't hear you? I'm kidding. I love
Well,
you.
he
so
is
much.
an audio
Nervaria
guy,
on the
but
list.
he's dealing with Apple equipment, so
Oh man, that's a shame.
Marrow, in fact, just graduated. So
Oh, did she?
Yes.
I knew it was coming. I thought it was. I couldn't remember.
Yay!
It's been too
Nice.
long.
Marrow
Good
is
for her.
awesome. Marrow is the reason I'm here, actually. She
That's
was
right.
the one. I was nobody on Twitter. She somehow picked up on one of my tweets, found me, and she was like, come to our community. So I would not
We
be
are
here.
atheists who need more scientists. That's exactly how it happened.
I was actually thinking about the Colin show.
The Colin
Totally,
show.
the Colin.
The Colin show. That's funny. That's funny.
That does not sound that good. The Colon Show. Come on
Do
now.
you want to call about butt problems?
That's what it
Hi,
sounds
buddy.
like. Yeah.
I know exactly.
How are you? You gotta ask him for me, Baldy.
Good.
Good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
See, when my kid pops into a stream, it's less cute. It's like, swear words and being a punk and shit like that. So
That's usually what I do.
he will pop his head in and go, "Who the fuck are you idiots?"
I'm gonna teach him that one.
Dial
I have
for
a
sign.
correction to make. The feminine pronunciation of Karen is Karana. I'm sorry.
Karana.
Karana.
That's better than Karina.
But
Who came
you
up with that
notice
name?
how
I have a Tanakh right here. When you have a musical instrument, it's always you're always using the feminine, and the word there for the horn in the Book of Daniel when they're playing the instruments at the where they're at the Nebuchadnezzar statue is kara, but there's an N. I'm having trouble pronouncing it. It's karana. I'm sorry, I just had to correct myself.
That's okay. Gary's not wrong though. I cannot tell you how the whole being a punk and swearing at each other and stuff like that is just how we show love to each other. But I cannot tell you how proud I am of my kid, not only through all of this, because he has been just so strong and supportive and everything, but Angel has this thing where he goes to school and argues with bigots and people that are anti-science or hateful, or because we live in the South, and unfortunately there are a lot of kids that just listen to their parents who listen to Fox News and spew this kind of ignorant trash all around the school. And Angel, literally every lunch period he comes in and will sit and argue politics or religion or science or whatever it needs to be. He's so incredibly supportive of the LGBTQ community because I'm bi, but he's gotten really super duper into being a trans ally as of late because of all the people that I have in my life that mean so much to me that are trans. So he spends time looking up everything he can to just be a sponge for all this information, and goes and will just throw facts on the table and argue with these people. And it's it's cool. He's a 17-year-old that knows more about politics and social issues than probably the majority of adults. It's amazing.
This is exactly what I've been saying, Amanda. I have to jump in here. This is exactly what I've been saying. So, like my girlfriend's kids are 16 and 13, but the way they think and talk, they're like 19 and 21. They're way beyond their years. They are such an advocate for everything. They are like the epitome of what I want our generation to stand for, like what I want them to do. And I feel like these new generations coming up here are fed up with the bullshit, and there's enough of them to stand together that it's gonna take a while. But I'm telling you, these kids right now that are between like 13 and 22, they're gonna fucking clean house. I'm telling you, watch.
Yeah,
Watch.
I got two of them.
There's more parents are raising their kids more open-minded and more, conservative where needed, liberal where needed, and blah, blah, blah. And these people, they have respect, but yet they're not going to take any shit. And they have good parents, and I'm telling you, you fucking mark my words. You'll see it. About 15, 20 years, you guys are going to go, fuck, B was right.
I have to go carry in some groceries. I'll see y'all later.
Love you,
Bye,
Bree.
sweetheart. Love you.
Okay, later.
Cheers, Bill.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that the Colin show down there. We got the two of them are always next to each other. It's like real life too, because they live next to each other too.
Wildheart spends about a quarter of his time stalking Stool.
I think that might be true.
It's a little way around. I can't get rid of the guy. Every stream, he's
like a fungus. That's right. He just...
Yeah, I'm a fungus who sat here for an hour before you twats told me that I had no fucking audio.
No, bitch, I told you as soon as you came in. I said, Stool, we cannot hear you. Fix that shit. So fuck you.
It's true. It's true, Stuart. We did tell you a couple of times, why are you typing? You should be talking to us. You never once replied.
I think it's funny that Wildheart says that Stool follows him everywhere, but the only time Wildheart comes into my streams is when Stool's already here.
Right, Stool's already here, yeah.
It's a fact.
It is.
Damn it. Hosted by my own petard.
Hey, Wildheart, nail your wall really hard and we'll see if we can hear it from Stool's apartment.
Yeah.
Apartment.
I'm sorry,
So
flat.
you can hear clearly. We don't want to get an echo.
Speaking of just amazing, beautiful souls in our community that are just like, whenever I see Kat anywhere, it's just like a breath of fresh air. It just seeing her name makes me feel good,
Yeah, like she's been through some shit lately, and she is still like a good, sweet person who cares about everybody else, despite what she's been through. It's amazing.
Absolutely. So
those of us that go through that shit and can smile afterwards, we're just better for it. The difference is we learned. Some people didn't learn everything they need to learn yet.
Mm.
Everybody does it in different times in their lives.
Is that cat?
Is that cat? And help the person out. What
is that cat? Is that cat Century Fuegos?
You do
no
what?
idea what you said.
Nope.
Is that cat KAT Century Fuegos? The lady from Wisconsin.
No. This is catnip. Crazy catnip.
Right. I was just checking. Okay. So.
I was trying to figure out what that word was you were saying in the middle. Fuegos. I don't.
No, it's someone's name on someone's YouTube name.
Yeah. Someone who is fortunate to be close to catnip. She's good people.
Catnip's awesome. Catnip is awesome. She is my adopted daughter. I have adopted her. And I said, maybe, with the joking around with the daddy thing, maybe we should go with Uncle B, and I'll just be a weird uncle.
I think she prefers the father figure. No, I think she prefers the father figure out of you.
Man, B, I wish you were my dad. Like, you're not old enough to be my dad, but I wish you were So like,
Look, my girl hasn't said anything for like 40 minutes, and she sees Catnip and goes, "Hi." That's right. She is the best of the best. But see now she's got a mommy and a daddy.
Aw. There's just too few people that are just genuinely kind-hearted and like are who they present themselves as. It's nice to have someone like that we know and love. Or you could be like Stool, who is genuinely kind-hearted, but absolute cunt on the surface.
I mean, he's chaotic neutral, if you ask me.
Yeah. It's as crazy uncle. I would class him more as a creepy uncle.
Perspective here.
Yeah, if our community has a creepy uncle, it's Stool.
He's called me a
We'd
bitch.
love
He
to
really is.
And a
Amanda,
cunt.
when you were here last time, did you meet my girlfriend? That one? Who commented there?
Oh. My wife.
I said that one like I have more than one. No, I meant that person.
Okay, wait, say it again.
My ass
Now I
fucking
can hear
kicked
you.
at like 6 o'clock in the morning when I get to her house. Anyways, that's my girlfriend, so now you know.
It's nice to meet you.
Aww, I love you too, baby. You're the best.
Oh, Heather Neal is your Heather?
Quit! You're gonna embarrass me. Yeah, that's my Heather.
Well,
Heather, get
we
your
have to
guitar
say-
out. Heather, get your guitar out.
As
Oh
long
my
as
god!
I've
Don't
known,
get me started, Stool. I love it when she pulls her guitar out. What, Amanda?
Whoa.
as long as I have known B, I have never known her to have such happiness and just inner joy. And if that is, and we know it's because of Heather, therefore we have to love Heather because of what she's brought to
She's
B's
amazing. And you know the crazy thing is, she like sees me for me, and after she met me, she was like, "Does it really matter what the body parts are?"
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm like,
it's who you are.
I'm humbled, ma'am. You know, like, wow. Yeah.
There's still one show I
She's amazing.
need to make happen, and I would pay money for this to happen. I want there to be a stream where it's Stool, Tons of Mice, and Doorknob Head, and they just talk.
I've never seen Tons of Mice on a stream other than in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to see his face, but
don't
I
know.
just want the conversation.
I don't think Tons of Mice does not go on to. No.
I know. I'm just saying. I would pay money for it if it ever happened. I would pay money for it.
Start an OnlyFans.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I'd pay
what
money.
a Tons of Mice is, and you know that I don't like crazy weird people. So don't don't put me with the scary weird people, please.
Stool, you're already there because you are one.
Yeah.
No, I'm normal.
Actually, there are some people, Tons of Mice and Ox and Clockwork Rex, and you know, if you get the right cast, you can have a great show in just the side chat without actually having anyone on the panel.
Right.
Hey, wait a second, I gotta point this out. Stool just turned his head to the side and stuck his tongue out and made like he was licking somebody's ear. What the fuck was that?
It's Wild. When Wild comes along, I like to lick his ear.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when, like, I said this earlier, but I don't think Ollyman wasn't here for this.
Okay, now we know what goes on at night in Stool's Secret Alley.
It's just like my favorite thing is when Stool says something weird, like I don't like he came in to Catnip's stream and starts singing "Emu Sperm," and then is like, "I'm not weird. Why do you all think I'm weird?"
What did I ever do to make you guys think I'm weird?
Nothing.
Wrote a musical. This is a musical. He's
you
gonna
ever
write called
does.
Emu Sperm.
Good
people, weird people.
You've ever done.
If you
It's
weren't
weird,
weird,
nothing.
you wouldn't be invited onto my channel.
I
wanna
only
say
I
get,
don't
something
deal
that-
with normal people.
That'd probably embarrass Stool.
I only get invited on Perps because I'm the only idiot in this country who is up at this stupid time.
Yeah, you don't. I don't know if.
I
you
mean,
actually
you're sitting
do
next
that.
to someone
Ooh,
Right.
in your exact city
Oh,
who is
but by the
also
way,
up
like,
at this
Bully's
time.
Club.
He's in
Stool
a
stream at 1 o'clock in the morning, fucking Eastern time, which is what 6 a.m. in Britain.
Wilder's in a different time zone to me.
Yeah, he's about 20 years in front.
Yeah, PM.
Yeah, you're in Bolton. Yeah.
Okay.
We're about 20 years ahead of you. Yeah.
Has anyone gotten like the accents now that every 10 miles you've got a different time zone?
No, really. Mac, your sweatshirt shipped today. Sorry about the delay. Okay, go ahead, everybody.
Random.
I'm apologizing.
I'm gonna get going. Gotta be at work at 5.
No, Stool has this amazing heart, but he just doesn't want the world to see it. So, yeah.
It's true. Wait a minute. Who's it? Oh, Commander.
Okay.
Catnip.
You're gonna have to Mother to get on and just play guitar. Oh, hey, Catnip.
Hey, Purple.
How's the get your guitar out?
He
How's the get your guitar out? How's the get your guitar
I
out?
missed
You
that.
big
I
twangy
don't have
guitar.
anybody who plays guitar anymore. You know,
That's not the
soft
weirdest
girl, her
song
hands
Stool
have
has
gotten
ever sung.
stiff and she can't
Nope,
really play well
that's for sure.
anymore.
I can't wait, Purple, until I meet her dad and they play for me together because apparently they're extremely awesome together.
Stool, can I hear the other song, like your musical? I want to hear a musical song.
Why do you tell people lies about me? I've been sat here all night for an hour, muted, because you fuckers didn't even tell me I was muted.
I just want to share your creative work with the world, Stool. You have a musical, and it's beautiful.
Listen, just because Manda's between us, which I always like it like that, just because she's in between us right now, doesn't mean I can't reach right up there.
Oh. No, you're going for the wrong person now. What? Oh,
Wait,
hey,
you?
get away from me.
Ben didn't even do that. I did that shit.
You almost made me say dirty things about Ben. That's very wrong.
What's going on?
Ollie's like, that that is not 2 pillows. Ollie doesn't like me. Oh, Ben doesn't like me.
Hey, Ollie, man.
Hey,
Do you want
that game was good, wasn't it, man? Yeah, it was a good game, man. Yeah. Woo!
Stool
They kicked ass.
Stool wants to know if you have any potatoes.
I have, actually, yeah, I do.
Do you have
I don't
two
have any
potatoes?
whole potatoes. No, not at the moment. Not 2 potatoes.
Right, but like, literally admit it. It felt brighter in here when Kat came on, right? Like, you guys are awesome and everything, but it really does. It's like sunny when Kat's here.
Why am I even here? No.
That didn't sound like a
Catnip brightens
compliment
up
to
every
everybody else.
Well, see, Catnip is making the sacrifice of not having any light on herself so she can send it out to everyone else.
Exactly. You're just saying.
I like it better in the dark.
I'll take a hit of that, Ollie.
Everyone in the, while we're saying all these nice things about Catnip, Catnip has a Twitch channel and has been starting to be more active on Twitch. So, if you all like Catnip as much as we all do here, you should go follow on Twitch.
I did
And
not know that.
And if you like being mean to Bolt, he's my mod, so go give him all
Yeah.
the time.
No, don't be mean to me.
Can I get a link in the
I'll ban you.
You can't ban me. It's
can I
my
get-
channel, bastard.
No, not you. I'll ban them for being mean to me.
So go follow
Can somebody throw the link to Kat's Twitch channel in the
I
chat?
can do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I get a link to the YouTube and the Twitch and everything in the private chat or the
You
side chat?
guys are all stop. Why is everybody so sweet tonight? You're making me all like, fucking guys. Sorry, I'm on oxycodone. It's making
Go
me
fuck
really
yourself.
getting mushy,
Is that better?
Really mushy.
Is that better?
Fuck off, babe.
I said go fuck yourself. Is that better?
Yes, thank
Yep,
you.
much better. Thank
God,
you.
someone please call me a dickhead. What is going
Hey,
on in
dickhead.
this world? No, I'm kidding.
I bet I can't post links because you never made me a mod.
Yeah, I'd post my own links, but B didn't
You
make
know
me
what?
a mod
Damn it,
either.
Bolt.
I can post.
Jesus.
I'm posting
Oh.
it. B, I'm posting it in the chat. It's fine.
Hey, you know what? Make him a mod. You can do that. If you already got the chat up, instead of me bringing it up, make Bolt a mod.
Oh, I see how
Also, Ben here in the private chat. There,
I
you
know,
can
right?
copy
Do it
that.
on Twitch
Hold on,
too.
make-
I don't care. Do it everywhere.
Make Bolt a mod, but also I post as B when B is streaming, so because I have privileges now. So
Yeah.
B just posted the link in the chat.
Yes.
But it was me.
You guys didn't know I had 4 hands, did you? That's why the ladies love me. I hold myself up and
wow,
get a drink of water.
All right, Heather, waiting for confirmation.
No,
I was about to say, does Mom know about this?
I mean, I got a kickstand, but not 2 arms.
Even Mom's
All right there,
Volt
mini
just
me.
got it. And Volt just
See, Mom, he's been telling me. He's been telling me
You
that
and me
I was
both,
gonna be
brother.
a mod,
Make
but
Heather
he
a mod.
won't make me.
Make Heather a mod too. I don't know. Who do I not like in there? I don't give a fuck. Make them all mods. I don't give a shit.
There was
Oh no,
some.
it's gonna become like
No.
Neil's chat. It's just all gonna
Wow.
be blue.
No, don't do it with Gary Priestley. I just got to
Yeah.
leave him out. Because if I don't pick on him once in a while, he thinks he's not loved. So don't mod him, but mod everybody else.
You
We'll
know
mod him later.
what is super awesome about Gary?
What's that?
I mean, there's a lot of shit awesome about Gary, but I do a show with my friend TJ and with Dark Matter almost every week. It's their show, but they have me on a lot of the times. And like, I have been trying to get people from our community to come watch and hang with us. And like, it's to no avail. Nobody ever comes. And Gary in Australia, though, came and not only showed up, but subscribed, like became one of the members of the channel as well, which is just awesome. So thank you, Gary. You were awesome. Like, that was really sweet of you to do. And he did it the night that me and Dark Matter got super fucking drunk together when I was staying at his house. And we were morons. Like, both of us don't drink, so we're incredible lightweights. We had these like apple cider things, hard ciders. We had 4 of them in the space of 3 hours and we're drunk as fuck by the second hour. It was hilarious and one of the most fun times I've had in a long ass time. So you should everybody should go back and watch that episode and listen to me and Dark Matter be total fucking drunk morons for 3 hours. Because it was fun. Okay. It's fun. But anyway. Thank you, Gary.
Heather, just so you know, a mod is a moderator, and they have power in the chat to kick people out or remove comments or time people
And
out.
post
Someone's
links,
being
too.
Rude. They can also post links to everybody, like Ox is doing, because Ox is great and always posts links for me.
Yeah,
You're missing the best part about being a mod.
Sorry.
Getting that wrench at the end of your name. I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
The
Getting a
best
what?
part about being a mod is getting that wrench at the end of your name.
Oh
best
yeah,
part.
you gotta have that blue wrench because you're like, look, my name is Blue and I have a blue wrench. Yeah, makes it all touch my spanner. What?
Thanks to Ox. I've just subscribed to Catnip. Thanks for posting the link, and thanks to the person in the private chat. Thanks a lot.
Spread the love, everybody. You know, shit, spread the love. I don't give a shit about my channel. I'm just saying, share each other's channels out. I got the best people in the whole entire fucking community to hang out with me, so I don't care if anybody else shows up or not. We're all awesome. I'm good with our family, man. I'll just keep all you motherfuckers.
I thought it was Twitch.tv.
Huh? What? Huh?
I think Bolt's wrong. That's all. Yeah, Bolt. It's Twitch.tv, not Twitch.com.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
I did it wrong, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Yeah, well, whatever.
You told Ox wrong.
I told
You won't
Ox
allow it.
wrong.
I won't allow it.
I mean,
Ox, it's
I've never been good at shilling myself.
Username.
I really have never been good at like the self plug. So
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah,
an
me
example of it.
I mean, I can do it with other people, but it took me almost a year. People would like, you finish a stream, they're like, let's go around the room and chill. And I just flat out refuse. I don't even ask people on my, I don't feel right asking people to like or subscribe or whatever in my videos. My old editor put in the whole like and subscribe thing at the end, and I got pissed about that because I just don't.
Yeah, that's not why I'm here, right? Yeah. I'm not trying to like boast what I'm doing or anything.
Commander.
I just want people to get to know each other Good night, Commanders. I didn't know if you left intentionally or not, but have a good night.
Oh, it was really nice meeting you.
Bye.
Ox is the best. You're right, Bolt.
Exactly. Thank you, Lone. You and I are the epitome of that. Why can't everybody do that? Why can't everybody just talk it out and fucking move on with their lives? Why do people have to hate each other? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Absolutely
drama's dumb.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
especially when I said, hey, look, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we're like, all right, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Start sending her links again, like, fine, we're over it. We'll just move on. I don't know why people have to exaggerate and make things worse and hold grudges and people sticking their nose in, like on my stream where the topic wasn't even about them at all. And they didn't let the person it was actually about who I was trying to talk to speak for more than like 5 minutes. And then the rest of the stream was just us, me. So, yeah. Just fucking talk about it and move on.
It takes enough of my energy just to socialize with people I actually like. I just can't waste it on drama.
I get you there.
What's up, Swede?
Sweet. So it looks like I'm done disc golfing for the year. The weather's just starting to turn too foul.
Oh no.
Too cold and it's raining most of the time now.
You golf?
Frisbee golf, disc golf.
All right, that's okay then. Yeah, as long as it's not proper golf.
Can we get a TV or something going in the background?
Yeah, I'm hearing that fuzzy noise too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my space heater, probably.
It turned off.
Oh, okay. That's all right, man. No worries. Don't be cold on our account.
I was aware of something. It wasn't bugging me.
Yeah. I just asked because somebody else did. So. You know me, I'm too nice. I try to help everybody.
Well, I'm trying to get better at blocking out all the background noises because I just have problems with being too aware of every little noise.
Yeah.
So Ben, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I had to go get myself a pair of gloves, right?
You did.
Oh no.
Mainly for handling the weed, just so I don't get the stickiness, because I got a couple of plants in the back room that I want to tear apart and stuff. So
If you go snapping them on camera, you will be sued for a trademark infringement.
really, you got that trademarked? You got that trademarked?
No, I don't.
Is it?
I don't.
Is it the blue
I will
ones?
not
Is
sue.
that trademarked? Is it the
Thank
blue
you.
ones?
I won't
Because-
sue
because
you. The
no
world
problem.
needs more snappy gloves.
I'll do the white ones instead. How's that sound?
No, it's not. You can snap the gloves. It's my.
Exactly, Gary.
Ben, if
I'm
he
spreading
starts
the
giving it
love to
away
the
for
world.
free, no one's going to subscribe to your OnlyFans.
This might be a little
Fine.
bit creepy, but what's he called? Stool. If I come and walk to your house now, would you let me in?
No.
Straight
I'm
up.
not
no.
bothered.
I wouldn't either, man. That guy's a nutball, man.
I'm very
Like
peculiar.
shaving his pubes on somebody's
Yes,
stream
you're
or
very
something.
peculiar. That's right.
No,
Who does
rewind.
that, man?
I'm very particular about who I let up my back alley. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
just a thought. I thought it might be a cute moment for me to turn up in your flat, and yeah, doesn't matter.
I love
We
how
get
you people keep calling it a flat.
Right, yours is a sphere.
Right, your weird basement. It's fine.
I already proved the earth is flat earlier in the stream. Don't make me do it again.
It's not a weird basement. He's on the second floor.
Yeah. I'm not going to mention Suzanne Vega because you kids will just not get it. Never mind. There's a song reference there.
What wouldn't I get?
What?
Anything. He's
I
old
can't-
and we're all dumb kids.
Yeah.
I'll
brother
take
to
4
cuss?
assumptions for 800, Alex.
Hold on, pause, everybody. Wild, you got my brother to cuss?
Yeah, we've made up since.
You were making up stuff? What?
We've made up since, but yeah, we had a bit of an argument on my stream earlier.
Oh,
But we've made up on Brojo's.
Really?
Well, whatever you did, you were wrong. Richard's always right. It's fine.
He's
Yeah.
the most genuine guy I know.
Yeah.
Besides, pretty much the guys on either side of me are about the same, but yeah.
Yeah.
We have a bit of an
I've just known
argument,
you
but
longer.
it's all good
50
now.
years.
I was about to say, B, if you're my dad, that makes Richard my uncle. And I can't let the slander of my uncle happen.
No, he is a good dude.
I've seen Richard deal with some totally unhinged people, and I've never seen him lose his just respectful tone.
Check out my channel. He did kind of lose it a bit.
doing a song.
Yeah, gonna have to go see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name is
A
Luca.
bit so,
I live
yeah.
on the second floor.
I live on the second floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is Luca. I live on
Welcome back, Jenny.
Is
Glad to
that
see you again.
the only word, the only line you
Jenny's
know from
back.
the song, Wild?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. It is.
I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something in the night, some kind of struggle, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was.
Purple, stop it, please. I've never heard you sing
Yeah,
before.
There's only one song that needs to be sung.
I have to apologize to Jenny for something I said earlier because I went and looked up the numbers. She said Idaho is the largest producing place in North America, and she's right, it is. So PEI is the largest producing in Canada. So I had my facts slightly wrong.
So there's only one song that needs to be sung on this stream.
Row, row, row your boat.
No, it's not that one.
Jen,
Not that one.
please
Stool,
down.
Stool knows which song
I
I'm talking
tried.
about.
We're not
Stool knows
doing
which
that
song
one.
I'm talking about. Stool knows. Bolt
Stool,
knows.
the
Your
song.
head's got it.
Oh, I do know. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one song.
The
Just one
love
song.
boat.
No.
Oh no,
No.
no, B, no, B, please do not ever do that. No, no.
Well, you better sing your song then, bro.
Yeah, you gotta sing your song, bro.
Yeah, do
I'll
not do
start singing.
TV show tunes. That will
Do,
get you
do
cut
not
off.
do that one. I got my ass totally spanked out of this world for doing that particular song. Don't ever do that one.
I had one
Sing
of
the
my
song.
I had one of my streams canceled right in midstream, and a copyright strike from NBC because we played part of a TV show theme of a sci-fi show they aired back in the 90s that never even finished its full run before it was canceled and has never been heard from again. But NBC still thought my channel was a threat to their copyright.
Gee, could that have been like? I thought Firefly was on Fox.
It was.
No, this was an old Saturday morning sci-fi thing they did. I don't even remember the name of it now.
Amoxicillin.
I want Stool to sing the song.
Yeah, Stool, come on. Emu sperm, please.
Buddy.
Stop being weird. You're all filthy perverts. Stop it.
We need to hear your emu sperm song.
Yeah, because you sing it the best. I can't sing it as well as you.
Yeah, me either.
We need the emu song, man. Come on.
You should have got that it clipped from when he originally sang it, and then we could just turn it into a little blurb that we can play whenever
It
we
was on
want.
Cat.
That's true.
I think.
Do what, huh?
I think it was
I
on
heard my
Catnip's
name.
stream.
Yeah.
It was on your stream. Emu sperm was
Yeah,
on your stream.
I went to
Yep.
I went to hunt for it the other day, and then I got bored. I tried to find it, but then the ADHD was like, "Hey, what's that?"
You need
Yeah,
to smoke another
it
bowl.
sucks when you know that
I need
there's
to
like
smoke
a
a
good
first bowl,
5
you're
minutes.
right.
Yeah. When you know there's a good 5 minutes buried somewhere in your 3-hour stream, and you really don't have it to search through it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it was like a 2-minute thing. Somewhere in like the 4.5 hours we streamed that day. Somewhere towards the beginning.
Jesus Christ, Stools, be right back.
Thanks.
It happens.
Oh God.
Wow. Oh, this is why we love this man. This is really.
This is one of the many reasons why.
Is this why we love him?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
And I think you and I love differently.
Do we love for different reasons?
Yeah, I think so, but it's cool.
Stools are kind of fucked up, is what it is.
That's really what it is.
No pee, Mike. Doorknob head.
Pee, Mike.
You
Wow.
want to give him any ideas?
Can I go for my wee now? Please?
Yes, you can. We thought you already had.
I almost already did had, and so I got to rush.
Well, just go. It's Stool.
It's like he was asking for permission. Can I get a hall pass, please, for my pee?
And you know, he should be asking himself for that, really, because he's probably the oldest person here.
Oh, I think calling him old might actually be worse than calling him weird.
I'm about to get it when he gets back because I'm sure he can hear me.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's a phrase that you said, Bolt.
Like, I'll be wearing my headset the whole time I'm AFK here.
I mean, that is a thing I said. You're right.
Those are words you said that I heard with my ears.
Those are definitely words I just said.
Correct.
Oh.
Okay, now I hate you people for bringing up that whole topic.
Which one?
Emo sperm, because now I'm trying to think how in the world you would trick them into wearing a condom so you could collect it.
Good luck putting that fucker on. Wouldn't you hate to be the guy that had to like go collect that?
I also think that that's probably it's like the least interesting thing about emus in the first place is their sperm.
Was it an emu that I had this conversation with Arn Ra on some stream a while back, and he was talking about because he had big birds. I can't remember if it was an emu or an ostrich or what it was, but he had to punch it in the face, essentially, because these birds are kind of fucking mean, and it was attacking him, and it was.
Emus are aggressive. Yeah.
It was honestly one of the most hilarious conversations I've had. If you've ever been on a stream with Aaron, a lot of the times he will imbibe. So the longer you have him on the stream, like further down the hill,
the more entertaining it gets.
Yeah, I had to punch that motherfucker in the face.
Yeah, Gary, I was going to bring that up. That's like their sperm is their least interesting feature. The most interesting feature to me is that the emus, like that Australia has had 2 emu wars, and the emus were listed as victors both times.
Yep.
Emu wars?
Really? Yes. Where the military was literally deployed against emus, and the emus are listed as victors twice.
Okay, a group of emu is very accurately named a mob.
And the other thing is, like, if we're talking about evolutionary biology for a minute, they have vestigial claws on their arms that they cannot use because their arms have no muscles. So let's talk about intelligent design for a second.
We don't have to.
Just 1 second. I swear
that was all I needed to say right there.
Done.
I'm done. That was it.
It has nothing to do with intelligent design.
No.
Australia is where the U.S. has been dumping all the failed genetic experiments since we started in the 50s.
That's a new conspiracy
I thought
theory.
it was the South. But, okay. Sorry, I live in the South. I'm sorry. I'm not from here. It's
all the
fucking
animals
awful.
we irradiated in nuclear blasts, we sent them to Australia.
They're making a movie on the Emu Wars.
Sense.
That's going to be great. I really hope it's written by John Ronson.
I'm looking it up. It only this one, but that's awesome. I need to further investigate this because it's. I'm sure it was awful. I'm sorry to all the Australian soldiers that were
lost their lives to emus.
But
I don't know if they lost their lives or if they just beat a hasty retreat.
I don't know if it was any humans were actually killed, but like in the first one, they expended like 50,000 rounds of ammunition and killed less than 2,000 birds doing it.
So they were
And the birds
stormtroopers
were
then.
attacking the vehicles and tearing up
You're-
tires and things.
You're saying
So
that
that sounds to me like they
Australians
need
are
more
stormtroopers.
training on the range.
No, emus run very erratically.
If you have a machine
You
gun,
can't
that
really
doesn't
lead
matter.
them with a bullet. Like
If you have a machine gun, that doesn't
it
matter.
shouldn't matter. You're right. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, they were using
Learn
Gatling
something
guns,
new every day.
firing
Thank you,
into a
Kat.
flock and still not hitting anything.
Oh my
Amanda,
goodness.
in the private chat, I left you a link
Yeah.
to the Wikipedia
Thank you
article.
so much.
Tell me there's a video of these guys
Definitely
missing with these
reading that
guns this
one when
much.
we're
Oh,
done.
wouldn't that be great? I'd love it if there were videos.
Oh, when did this happen?
In the 30s, it says.
1932. Okay.
Yeah. So, possible there's some video.
But still.
There was.
It was over a month after they had a war against the emus.
Just imagine losing the war. Like,
So I lived in, I went to school into my bachelor's I did in Tucson, but I also lived there for a while. I moved there when I was like 29 and we lived there for a while. A big chunk of Angel's childhood was in Tucson actually. And there's a stretch of road between Tucson and Phoenix, the I-10, that's just like, middle of the desert,
Okay.
nothing there for miles, anywhere. But there was this ostrich farm. And you see they have all these signs advertising for it, like come meet the ostriches, ride, your kids can ride an ostrich, you can pet the ostriches. And then the last sign is we also sell ostrich jerky. It just always seems so cruel to me, like, yeah, have fun with them until we kill them and feed them to you. So
I just read the first couple of sentences of that emu war. And yeah, they tried to use machine guns, but the emus just kept running away from them. So they were never within range to be shot, is basically what it boiled down to.
Okay, for
Gotcha.
anybody interested, I put a link in the side chat for Salmonella's narration of the emu war.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
I love how Angel will just text me like random Star Wars memes or stuff just to, I don't know, just make me smile. He's a good kid.
That's
He'll
my
do
favorite.
Is it cassowary?
Oh,
A cassowary.
is his head blue?
Yeah, neck.
Your
And
neck,
maybe
yeah.
beak.
Yeah,
It's like neck and beak. No, the beak's
cassowaries
brown.
are
just the
highly
neck's blue.
territorial and have been known to charge out of the bush and attack people if they thought they were getting too close.
Yeah, they're aggressive.
I saw a video of a guy just walking down the beach, not really doing anything, and all of a sudden this big bird comes charging at him. And they've got really nasty claws. I mean, they could eviscerate you pretty quick.
Beautiful bird, but fierce. That's what Gary said. Oh, that thing on its head's a horn. It's not a the puppy. It's not feathers. That explains why it hurt so much.
Oh no, yeah, it's hard. They can headbutt trees.
Yes, Stool. Kangaroos do have massive testicles. We've pretty much all seen a kangaroo at some point in our lives. We know this. Stool, you gonna sing or not?
The answer is no.
I've gone all choppy.
So sad right now. So
Okay, now I'm
disappointed.
I'm
really
wondering
just
about the
disappointed.
male kangaroos. That the way they leap like that, it would seem that every time they come down, that'd be rather painful.
I love it.
What
Thank
the
you,
hell
Ollie.
is a drop bear?
You're welcome.
I'll send that to him. He's gonna think it's great.
Yeah, I figured.
Thank you. He sent me a Star Wars meme, a funny Star Wars meme about specifically
Wars.
stormtroopers not being great sons.
It's
So-
pronounced Starwort.
Star Wars.
Star
Where's
Wars.
Neil? If you say Star Wars 3 times in a row fast, Neil will show up.
Star Wars. Star Wars. Star Wars.
It's a fact.
Oh,
well, okay. He might be having a few tonight. You never know. He's still down in Texas, eh?
Yeah, he's
not supposed
probably-
to come home until the weekend.
Oh,
No,
he's
he-
not coming home until
Yeah,
the
he's
weekend?
still
Oh,
he's
wow.
still in Texas.
Oh, so he may very well be drinking with Aaron. So
Yeah.
Which
There's
means
a
we
whole
won't-
bunch of them went out for
Valid.
dinner tonight. I know that. He was posting pictures on Twitter there earlier, them all out for fondue dinner at some restaurant.
Well, and Neil and Aaron are constantly, getting in competitions about who
Like
can eat the
father, like
spiciest
daughter.
peppers.
That's
oh yeah,
true.
they are.
Yeah.
Hashtag like father, like daughter.
I have so many questions for Aaron.
About
Obi, you would have
I-
been so disappointed in me the other night.
I've
I was so
listened.
drunk I couldn't stand up.
I pretty much listen to Aaron's book every night when I'm going to sleep. Like I've been listening to it on repeat for about 6 months now, and everything in it. I have questions about everything in it. So
he would be happy to sit down and talk to you about it.
yeah,
Aaron is not one of those like assholes
He's nice.
that cares about people's sub counts or whatever. If he feels like he could contribute and have a conversation with you, he will do it with you. I met him on a random stream one time, and within 3 minutes of talking to him, he was like, "You need to come on my show," because he wanted to talk about climate change. And then like after that, I literally would ask him to come on. He's like, I have this tiny little channel, and he'd be, yeah, that sounds great. And he's really,
Yeah, I
cool.
met
He's really
him
cool about
this
it.
weekend.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
Aaron dropped in on my channel when I only had like 200 subscribers because
Yeah.
somebody had sent him a note that we were talking about the Ark Encounter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but there are some people in the community that will literally look at your sub count and decide, oh, you're
Oh,
just
of course,
worth
yeah.
it. It's fucking ridiculous.
I would like to ask him to write that book that he mentions, like that he could write on taxonomy. I really want him to write that book. That's he says in one of his chapters that he could write an entire book on this subject, and I just want him to so badly because it was fascinating. That was my favorite. It's my favorite part of his book by far, and I would love to see that expanded.
I haven't haven't read his book, but his whole phylogeny series on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's great.
50 some episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's basically what it would have been about. Yeah, it would have been about that. So, but I would love to see that written down as a book. Just it's such a fascinating subject, at least for me. I can't get enough of it.
Well, I mean that's really. After I discovered him, just the amount I learned from him in the first couple of years of just watching his stuff and listening to his shows.
Mm-hmm. He's great. He's very cool and very kind and funny. So we're lucky to have him in our community. Lucky to be able to call him a friend.
Oh, not purple. Christ. Yeah, purple.
Yeah.
Purple's talking food. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, Lavender Lady and I got to hang out with her at an after party when we went down for the Ark Encounter protest.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was fun. And yes, I want chips. I wanted fries last night and I never got any, and now people are talking about chips.
Oh,
So I want chips or fries, and salt has to make up at least 50% of the weight of the serving. I
There's
don't
some-
know why, but just for the last several weeks, I've been feeling like I want to eat a 10-pound salt lick. I just can't get enough salt.
The Sunday before the last one, perhaps, I went out for my morning stroll. I hadn't slept all night and I was really hungry. And so I went to the bus station and went to a Greg's. You don't ask, look it up. And on the way there, I passed a little cafe and there was a guy sat outside. This was like 7:30 in the morning. There's a little guy sat outside at a table eating fish and chips at 7:30 in the morning. And I thought, I like this. I want a bit of that. But I got distracted and saw another cafe and ended up having eggs on toast. But I am going to go to back to that one and get lovely fish and chips and take you pictures, photos. for you to look at.
You eat awful food, Stool. Hey, Perps, is this salt thing a new thing, or do you always crave salt like that?
Well, I always have to some degree, but it's just like hyper ramped up now.
Yeah, you're.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with, being on the hormones or the spirulactate or any of the other meds they put me on now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's med related, but it sounds like your electrolytes are off.
Are you on spironol? You said you're on spironolactone.
Yeah. Well, I
that's
have had to watch out because, especially after the spirulactone, that
You
I
would be
tend to
craving
get
salt.
dehydrated if I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, you would be craving salt. It's a potassium-sparing diuretic. So you're naturally going to crave more salt because you're losing a lot of water.
Yeah. I noticed that.
I've always...
Yeah.
I've always been like, there's never enough salt in the stuff I eat. Like they have the condensed chicken noodle soup. I will actually make it without adding the water to it, and it's still not salty enough. But it's never affected my blood pressure, though. My blood pressure is actually usually pretty low. I don't know if that has to do with the obnoxious amount of ibuprofen I take, so my blood is always super thin, but I intake a lot of salt.
It's probably your kidneys are good at regulating it because the salt you eat doesn't. I mean, it's gonna matter if you don't have good kidneys, but your kidneys do a pretty good job at filtering out your electrolytes.
You hear that,
Yeah.
Diana? I it looks like Ben saying I have good kidneys. So
Well, I do
always
have
be good
a
for you.
very good filtering system. That's actually been a problem that they usually have to prescribe twice the dose of most medications before they get levels in my bloodstream that they're looking for.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to get Diana to take my kidney, and she
Yeah.
just refuses. So that's whatever.
I've been going and filling out all the questionnaires for the transplant center.
I still wouldn't take it.
It just seems every time I
Wanna go
send one
outside?
in, they just send me more questions, so I don't know if I'm getting anywhere.
Need to go out?
Yeah.
I'll be back. I gotta let my dog out.
All right. Go let it eat.
I missed my dog.
Yeah, Amanda's a cyborg. Where is your dog?
There is a program for people in domestic violence situations where they will foster your dog for a couple of months at least, and so that's where she is. So
Well,
I mean,
I'm glad they had
we'll
a
get her
program
back.
for that.
But she's safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's safe. Literally, she's 9 years old, and I've, she's always like a foot from me, unless I'm out of the house, which is very rare. And it's just been, so I miss her so much.
What the hell is that word? Ben.
What?
Spironols. I think she left a letter out of it. CTONE.
Wait,
You eating pizza now,
I
Karen?
don't see it. Spironolactone?
I'll be
It
back.
looks kind of like she was spelling that, but that doesn't look like that at the same time.
Pizza.
Anyway, she said it blocks testosterone.
Yep.
Purple.
That's what they gave it to
yeah,
me for.
I know.
To-
Why are
it's
you wait?
supposed
Are
to
you
lower
asking
my
Heather? Why
testosterone.
are you asking Heather questions when I'm right here?
No, she just sent me that message. I was just trying to get you to help me interpret it.
I love how offended Ben got for him. And Ben was like,
Ben, you get back here, young man.
Wow.
"Oh no!"
I didn't ask her anything. We were flirting with each other, and she said it out of nowhere.
I'm
I
not
was trying to get
needed
you to help
because
me
you'll have someone to
understand what it was.
replace.
No,
You are.
You know what?
You know, we don't have someone. We don't have someone, Ben.
No,
you are
he's
someone.
already made comments about how
How
Heather's
does it-
going to take over as a doctor, and I'm not needed any. Well, you didn't say I wasn't
That's not
needed, but you
true.
keep talking about how Heather's going to be a doctor, and I'm sitting right fucking here.
Nobody said that, bro.
Dr.
You
Ben.
did.
You
Dr.
Fuck
Ben.
everybody about that.
Perhaps-
You keep saying that she's almost a doctor. Like what am I to you?
Who's gonna look at Stool's potatoes?
Dr. Ben, I
Dude,
think I
you're
can
my
solve this
bro.
for you.
First of all, Stool, shut up. First of all, you're my bro. And second of all, ain't nobody replacing Ben anywhere because you're fucking brilliant, and you're not the same kind of brilliant as other people. You're a different kind of brilliant. So you're very detailed, and everything you learn, you fucking like absorb that shit. So nobody's replacing you anyways.
Sure.
She doesn't have time to replace you. She's busy.
Dr. Ben.
I like your name.
Oh, she just said, spironolactin. Yes.
I've got a suggestion, Dr. Ben.
Sorry, Ben.
If you want people to come to you and take you seriously and accept your advice, here's my suggestion. Take the comedy glasses off.
I took out my contacts because they were hurting my eyes.
DKH, how dare you? How dare you? He always finds the one thing we say and picks it out, and he's got to fucking do it. Never. Dr. Ben is amazing. No.
She's trying to take my job. She's trying to take my job. So
they took her gerbs.
Took my gerbs.
They took her job, gerbs.
She can't take your job, man. It's yours.
You don't take too kindly to folks not taking too kindly around these parts.
And your job ain't going nowhere. Just today, I made you an admin on my channel. Why would you think you're not my bro?
But I'm no longer here for medical advice. Apparently,
you know what? You fuck.
Apparently not my
Did you
place.
quit it?
No.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys talked about it earlier when I was gone for a couple seconds or not, but Ben's starting a new rotation. Tell them about the rotation, the attending.
Not right now.
What it is.
No.
I'll be
quiet for a minute.
I wanted to ask you earlier. I didn't get a chance.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
You know what? I'm gonna kick your ass, man.
This is fine. That's fine. I don't need a minute. We're fine.
He didn't make you a mod bolt? My God.
No, he didn't make me a mod either, but that's okay.
You know what? Fine, I'll go do it.
It's okay.
Yeah, some things if you want it done right. No.
And you know what, Ben? I'm pretty sure you're a mod on my Twitch. And B's
I am a
not,
mod on your
so
Twitch.
there.
I am
Ben's
a mod
gonna
on your
like
Twitch.
fucking ditch.
And B's not, so there.
You know what? I heard that twice.
I did.
Accidentally.
You want to hear me say it a third time?
You know what? Start.
Okay, I'm out. I'm out. If Ox is gonna talk like that, I'm fucking out.
What Ox? What?
I did not know that Ben was into eating hamsters.
Oh, Ox! That's fucking mean, man.
No, I'm out. I'm out if Ox is gonna make comments like that. Like, I'm fucking out.
Actually, I think Stool started that.
No, not the hamster thing.
Oh.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see Ox's before B blocked it.
There you go, Bolt. And if someone would comment in the chat so I don't have to find them, I would mod them too. Anyways. Nobody be a dick. Get down. Except for my cat. He keeps getting on the counter. He knows he doesn't belong there.
I like being on the counter.
I said my cat, not my daughter cat.
Well, I mean, I'm still your cat.
Oh my!
I do like being on the counter, and I do get hair everywhere. I'm sorry.
See, that is why Sammy's son still holds a grudge against Sloth Girl. He and I were living just fine until the first time she came to visit. And she had this weird idea that there were supposed to be rules in the house. So she kept pushing him off of the counter. Well, since we moved, we made a compromise. He can't go on the kitchen counter, but he can drink out of the bathroom sink.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, that's what sinks are for, is for drinking out of, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? If that's all you guys have to say.
Wow.
What's that now?
I mean, usually I can like drift off and text from, and you guys just keep going and going, and it's all.
I'm sorry. I'm busy also having a text conversation with somebody.
Student Dr. Ben got really offended, and then like I don't know.
Well, I know that happened.
We're all just
I'm not
like,
okay with it, but it did happen.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not okay with it either. I'm gonna have to
Me
fight
either.
Ox.
Yeah.
I could go on and talk
Ben's the
about my
best.
drugs for a while.
That fern needs a cat in there. What fern?
What?
What are you talking about, DKH?
No idea.
There's no telling.
No, I don't know shit about that stuff. That's why I was trying to ask Ben. Purple, do you know about that stuff or what? Spironolactone, I think is what it is.
Yeah, well, I've been on it for a couple of months, and it's like I'm not developing anything feminine yet, but that seems to be canceling out what I had that was masculine. Not that that was a lot to start with, but
yeah.
Hey guys,
it
I'm
is
starting
pretty
to fall
much
asleep.
preventing me from having sex at this point.
Really? That's.
Are we talking about sex now?
now Bull's focused.
My ears perked.
I'm just saying goodnight though, guys. So have a good one.
Okay, good night.
I'm starting to pass out here, so cheers. Sorry, I live on the East Coast. It's half late here. And
It's all right, man.
It's not that late here.
It's
I mean, I'm
midnight
tired
where
as
I'm at.
fuck, so I'm not.
I
gonna
know
last
you're an
much
hour.
longer
You're an
anyways.
hour ahead of me.
Yeah. So, all right. Cheers.
Midnight. What rookie numbers?
Yeah, you've been up till about 3 or 4 every.
I've been up till 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 a.m. every day for the past week, and then I sleep for a
Lightweight.
couple hours, and then I get back up. I'm not really concerned about Ben. It's been okay. I want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs a hug, but he might not need a hug. But I want to give him a hug.
I'd give him a bro hug.
I mean, I just want to give him a hug.
One of the reasons I was
Yeah.
sad that I didn't get to go to Faithless Forum because I
Right.
wanted to meet him in person.
I want to give everybody here a hug.
It's a fact. I love all my people.
Even Stool.
I don't know about Stool though. I mean, that's kind of pushing the envelope.
I'd
buddy.
give him a high five if he was okay with it.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not doing great with that whole tooth thing.
Tell me about that. What happened?
Just an
I can
old
tell you
injury
about
I
it.
had years ago,
Oh.
and
We're
the
talking about
tooth
something
started
else.
coming loose. When I had the back molar taken out because I shattered all my back molars, I shattered 9 teeth in my mouth. So 1/4 of my teeth. So this one up here I had rebuilt and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's started coming loose. And I don't know if it's because they let the wisdom tooth, because I still have my wisdom teeth.
Oh,
Which I
right.
cracked 2 of those too. 1 or 2, I can't remember. So they yanked them. But the other ones they let move forward. And I don't know if it's because this wisdom tooth is still trying to move forward. Because I used to have a big hole back there and now it's really tight. But it abscessed. And
No, that's not nice at all.
I was in the middle of doing something where I clenched my teeth. And the pain shot up through my head.
Mm.
And I had to stop everything and go like, ow. And then it just progressively got worse. And by about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it was really, really bad. And I couldn't sleep. And I had to hold my head up like this. So my jaw was relaxed, but close where my teeth were close together, like in a closed position, but I couldn't use my jaw muscle at all. It made it worse. And then the pain went from here and radiated down my jaw and then back to the edge of my ear and then up my head and through my temple. And it was like this whole part of my face was just pulsating and hurting.
Agony.
And I was drinking and I was smoking pot and I was taking Tylenol and nothing. I was staggering around and I was still in a whole shit ton of pain. Like nothing was helping. So, yeah. Then after fighting with the pharmacy 6 times and Heather sending my prescription in 6 fucking times, yeah. And got me some amoxicillin. So, yeah.
Is it feeling a little better now then?
It's not that it's feeling better. I've just steadily been keeping small parts of an oxycodone in me all day.
Oh, gotcha. Fair.
It started hurting earlier. I was good when I woke up this morning, but I'm pretty sure I was still a little high. Because, I mean, I slept like 9.5 hours. I was out. I was out. I woke up like sweating. I have to get the blankets off of me. Where the hell is my girlfriend? You know? And I woke up feeling really good. And then about, I don't know, I was up for like maybe 40 minutes. And all of a sudden I was like, I'm tired again. It's like, fuck, I do have an infection. I just had no strength like all day Sunday. And I got the first pain pill put in my mouth at about 3:20 p.m. The pain started at 8:30 at night on Saturday. This was 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. So I was just in constant horrible
24 hours of just constant horrible pain.
Almost, yeah.
Jesus, Dad.
19.
Yeah.
Can you stop?
Yeah, bro.
Stop being
That
pain.
hurts.
All because that pharmacy sucks and no good pharmacy is open on a Sunday because they all close.
Oh yeah, they all close.
Because I go to a mom and pop one. So we did the backup where they already had my information. So I wouldn't have to get like put in the system and wait for insurance and blah, blah, blah. So she just had to keep like resending it through over and over again. The amoxicillin, they filled it right away. Oh, here you go. Here's your antibiotic. What? You need a controlled substance because you're in pain? No, we have that. No, we don't have it. Yeah, we have. No, we don't have it. Yeah, no, we don't have it. Walgreens is the worst. I'll never go back.
Yeah. My wife had surgery and she didn't actually take any of hers because she just had an ear canal thing and it wasn't that bad. But it took me 24 hours to acquire after surgery because it just wouldn't fill it.
Yeah.
So I just saved them.
I have chronic pain that I've had for 20 years. To the point, for people that don't know, I even have a spinal cord stimulator in my back that's supposed to help with the pain, but I have to take narcotics as well, unfortunately. And it has been absolute hell for me to be able to deal with this right now because of my situation. Like the town I'm in doesn't carry, like none of the pharmacies had the type of meds or the dosage of meds that I take. I spent an entire day Ubering to 9 different pharmacies in this town, which I don't have the money to waste on, but like, if you know anything about opiates, if you've been on them for 20 years, you can't just stop like that. It's not a fun time. And so I had to like go all the way to my old town to be able to get them. I knew this time around it was something that I had to do, but I mean, I get that there is an opiate epidemic, that there are problems, but people that have legitimate pain that like, I mean, I have always been med compliant. My medical history is very clear about the meds that I've taken for the longest time, but I will still, they'll be like pharmacists can tell you, no, they're just not going to fill it. A lot of the times they'll just lie to you and say that they don't have it or whatever. But I had to get, one of the things that my abuser did was take my medication, stole it from me just to fuck me over. And so I had to get a small bridge script to get in between, which was hard enough to convince my doctor to do, because they don't, like, there's a whole thing with pain clinics that they will not replace lost or stolen medication, but like they've known about my situation for a long time, the domestic violence stuff and whatnot. So they were nice enough to be able to give me this just few days of a bridge script to be able to get me through. Except my pharmacists, I went to multiple pharmacists that like not only would not help me, and like this is my doctor saying these are these are the meds I take, this is the problem, I explained everything, wouldn't listen. It's always just like, yeah, you're they think you're just a drug addict or whatever. Like I can walk and shit, but most days I don't limp. You can't physically see how bad it is, but I cannot tell you how fucking awful it is. It is just so ridiculous, the hoops you have to jump through and everything. Like even today, because I had to, like I said, I had to get to my old town, which is an hour away from where we're staying to be able to get my meds. But I can't go any other time of the week. It had to be today. And I was just literally one day early, and it took me from 9 o'clock in the morning this morning until almost 5 to be able to like make everything work and put everything in play while I'm going through all this. I wasted an entire day when I could have been, trying to find a place or whatever. It's just the way that they treat pain patients, the way that they deal with opiates in this country is a fucking mess. And people like me, people with, legitimate pain, and anytime that you go through anything hard, it's such a mess, and they treat you like shit about it. And it's just not something that you can fuck around with either. Like I said, if you've been taking opiates for 20 years, and you build a tolerance. So I personally take 60 milligrams of morphine twice a day. It's not a small amount, a lot smaller than I used to take though, before I got my stimulator and everything. But like pulling you off a bit like that and just being like, fuck you, deal with it. Especially when you're in the middle, my life is crumbling. Like I cannot get sick and be in more pain and deal with everything else right now. I cannot do it. And to be treated like absolute fucking garbage because I take an opiate that is necessary for me to be able to fucking function. It is unbelievable. This is something that I've asked Ben to do a stream with me on, actually, about the way pain patients are treated, the way pain is just dealt with in the doctor community. I guess it's just where it was when I first started 20 years ago, when I first started going to pain clinics and knew nothing about opiates. I was in my early 20s. I was diagnosed when I was 19, and I started going to pain clinics when I was 20 or 21. I literally walked into the office, sat down, and the woman said, "So what do you need?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. She was like, "Think of me as your drug dealer." And back then, this is like when Oxy had just started getting out. They were throwing meds at you. It just, the whole thing is fucked. And people with chronic pain, or people that, just have surgeries and whatever, people that need it get treated like shit. And it's such a fucking mess. It really is. So sorry for the rant, but
no, it's okay. No, you have a right to rant.
You gotta
Our
get
fucking
it out
medical
at some
system
point,
is
Amanda.
fucked up. It's just the way it is.
I've heard that from several people, that
I guess
they've
somebody
made
else
it
down there.
impossible for the people who need it to really get it.
Yeah. I mean, and like I was trying, there was this one pharmacist. What happened was, because of the bridge script that I had, it looked like I was taking extra. And I guess there's a cap on the amount of milligrams that the government likes you taking or whatever. So it looked like I was taking more at my insurance. I don't know what it is. So it technically looked like I was taking 20 milligrams more than it should have been, or whatever, the cap, even though like clearly I wasn't. And it was explained to them. I mean, my doctor called and explained the situation to them. And this bitch, okay, and I'm like in tears. And I don't like having to talk about my situation, especially with fucking strangers. I don't like having to sit here and explain I was in a horrible domestic violence situation that I literally had to flee to save mine and my son's life. This is what happened. I need you to look at me like a human right now and just help me out here. And she legitimately turned her head and started talking to somebody else and acted like I wasn't fucking standing there. The next fucking pharmacy I went to, and I was like, I know you probably can't help me. And because she had given me all these reasons, like, oh, I can't, I'll get, we'll get our license revoked and all this stuff. Like, she said all these things to me. Next pharmacy I went to, they didn't have the meds, but they, understood and they wanted to help me and told me all of those things this woman was saying to me were lies, that there was absolutely no problem with her filling it, that she just wouldn't. So not only did she fucking lie to me, but then she legitimately treated me like I wasn't even there, as I am bawling my eyes out in a public place. Like, just, I didn't know what to do at this point because it had been days since I had my meds. Nobody had them. Like, it was just, it's so fucking stupid. I shouldn't have to deal with something so simple as just being able to get my medication that I normally take on top of everything else that I'm dealing with. Something like that fucking tanks everything. Because if I'm sick and in a horrible amount of pain, I can't think or function or be able to do the things I need to do to, move on with the situation, be able to save me and my kid.
Yeah.
And for somebody to treat anybody like that, that's a human fucking being. In fact, Stool was there that one of those days that I ended up having to sit at a fucking Walmart. I finally found a Walmart that had it. They didn't have the full amount of the medication, so my doctor had to send in a new script for like the smaller amount or whatever. It doesn't matter. But like I sat in that fucking plastic seat at Walmart, already in pain for 5.5 hours and just losing it. And my doctor had forgotten to send it in before he left the office. It was a whole thing. Like, I was legitimately gonna break. And it was Stool who was there when I got back to the hotel to, get on the computer with me and talk and laugh with me. Appreciated. But it was just,
yeah, just to clarify, I wasn't actually there in the hotel waiting for you like a weird person.
on the computer.
I'm not weird.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Don't
Yes,
lie.
you are.
Not weird at all.
Hey, Rex.
Hey,
I'm
everybody.
I'm just saying, it's just it's
Well, I
so
know.
unfair. And the thing is, like, people want to blame the addicts too, but addiction it's a disease, and a lot of the opiate addicts in our country at least became so because of bad doctors and fucking Pfizer and what they did with OxyContin. If you get a chance, there's a show on Hulu called Dope Sick, I think it is. And it explains like how Pfizer kind of lied about the addictive nature of OxyContin and how they pushed it and stuff like that. And it's really
Oh
fucked up.
yeah, I've saw that.
Richard.
I've seen that. Yeah.
It's really, really, Michael Douglas is in it. He's awesome. But like watching it, and I can see myself in that situation. I can hear the words from my doctors at that time saying things like, oh, OxyContin is not very addictive because this is what they're saying. This is the lies, the actual lies that they're pushing. But I mean, they got rich off the backs of basically hundreds of thousands of corpses. So
Yeah.
it's just fucked up.
Well,
yeah,
and
they
there are
paid-
things that show that they knew they would make their money by getting people addicted.
Yeah, and they paid doctors to push Oxy. They actually did. They would take them on retreats and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd send them on vacations and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they
Oh, well-
offered them like cruises and golf resorts that then they'd have a sales rep talk about the thing for a little while and they'd have a 3-day weekend.
Well, it's kind of like what they're doing with fentanyl, or what they did with fentanyl. Those patches, those are used for really sick cancer patients. But somehow,
Well, or pain.
Go ahead.
I've been on those before too.
Yeah.
My pain disorder is a nerve disorder that it's horribly painful, and I lose feeling in my legs and all this stuff. It's really awful. It isn't just. I'm just saying it's not just for cancer patients,
Not
but
just
it
for-
shouldn't
okay.
be given to like moderate pain or anything like that.
I had a friend who would buy fentanyl patches off of the black market, split them open, put them on his stomach, and slap them. And you know what happened to him?
Died.
He overdosed on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucking stupid.
That's what I thought.
And
He'd
then
be
you have
sitting
like
there- Oh, go ahead.
and then you have like the weird like other absolute extreme that's happening right now where the cops think that you can look at fentanyl and OD on it. So
Oh, well,
So
yeah.
stupid.
There's that.
What?
they like things like in the EMS community, especially like cops being very weird when they find fentanyl on a scene. and it's like they don't get that fentanyl is a drug. They have to like, it has to be like in your body or absorbed in some way by your body to like have an effect.
Yeah, it's not
you
like
can't
airborne.
just, like, you
Yeah,
can't
it's
just
not-
like hold it.
Yeah.
Like
not-
an OD, like you can't just look at it. Like
Yeah, it's kind
these
of
cops
internal
will be
use
giving
only.
out. These cops will be giving out naloxone like it's candy. Because, like, I mean, sure, it's great that people have access to naloxone, but my God, most cops are dumb as shit. So, like,
You're not wrong.
like,
Wait, that's the
guys, no.
What, dude? Get your ass out of the camera.
Wants everybody to look at its butt. What?
He
Nothing
does
wrong
that
with
all the time. He loves to
nothing
just
wrong with
run
that.
in front of the camera and stop. And usually it's his ass or like the my female does. It's always like the front of her face. It's always his ass and his tail. I don't know why. They always
He's like,
stop.
look
at
at
the
it.
same spot.
Look at it. You know
Hey,
you
sometimes
want
they
to
run
look
back and forth so much we do shots to it just because you can.
He's just letting you know that he's an asshole. That's all.
It's the way they socialize with each other. They can't help it that humans don't know how to socialize properly. And, you know, they don't know what to make of us. We never display the tail properly.
Wait, what?
I mean, I disagree. No, I've seen some. Never
Most
mind.
of cat social interactions is about the
Don't-
position
don't
of the
go there.
tail. If they
Don't go
can't
there,
see where your tail is,
Okay.
they can't read your body language.
Yeah, that's true. Because you're sitting on it, not so.
Wait, who was denigrating?
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
typing. I can't. I
Yeah.
sincerely cannot do two things at once. I get picked on a lot for this. Like there are a lot of qualities that I have that I'll admit to. I've got nice boobs. But I also know I'm intelligent. Like I will give myself that. I've always been intelligent enough.
I would have put
However,
intelligence
I would
higher
not
on the list
disagree
than the
with
boobs.
either of those. Yeah.
no, thank you.
Brains definitely come higher than boobs.
But yeah, well, it's true because brains are up here and the boobs are down here.
I don't mean physically. I mean in terms of being attracted to. I'd much rather have a woman with
Oh,
brains
no.
than boobs.
Yeah, I'm definitely sapiosexual. But I get, people act like I'm stupid because I can't really do two things at once, and I don't think I can go back and forth. I just can't do it. So
Well, I was doing YouTube and Twitch earlier, so apparently I can't be in two
Ooh.
places at once.
yeah, my ex used to give me shit about that all the time because, like, if I was texting, I wasn't paying attention to him. Although the not paying attention to him part was, basically the biggest problem of our relationship. I never gave him enough attention. But anyway, yeah, it just basically tell me I was an idiot because I couldn't type and listen and process. I just don't think I don't know. Is that a thing, Ben? Like
99% of people cannot read something and listen and hear and understand what someone's saying at the same time.
Yeah, it's like nobody can do it.
No, you can't process the words coming from two different inputs at the same time.
Well, I'm sure there's like that 1% that can do it, but most people cannot do it.
Yeah. Well, I was made to feel very dumb for it.
Well, that's fucking stupid on your
Yeah,
part.
whoever did that was an idiot.
I appreciate it. But I don't think I'm dumb. That's all I'm saying. Just because I can't do two things at once. I
Well,
don't
you
think
know astrophysics and you know climate change science. And yeah, okay. You're dumb. I'm not buying that. I'm really not buying that. Because I
Thank
know
you.
astrophysics and I know some molecular physics just so that I could reconcile the two and understand what was going on. But I don't know everything about like quantum physics and shit like that. No.
Okay, astrophysics literally is rocket science.
Yeah, that was the whole, like, basically, my, without making it a long story, my abuser this time was my father. I actually came from a physically abusive relationship, moved here to take care of my mother. My father has hated me for a long time because I left astrophysics because I had left NASA and Astro to have a kid. I didn't feel like I could put in the time to continue to get my postdoc in astrophysics and also be a single mom. And his whole thing growing up was, oh, my daughter's going to be a rocket scientist. And that was it. Like, it was his claim to fame that he's got this smart kid that, was going to work in rocket science. So the thing was, one of the last, we had this confrontation a couple weeks before we had finally fled. And he called me. My father is extremely right-wing, Trump supporting, climate denying, like his own daughter has a master's in climate science, but he doesn't believe that climate change is a thing because, he listens to Fox and Trump and whatever the fuck. So we're having this argument and he looks at me and he goes, "You are sincerely the dumbest person in the world." And I turned to him and go, and I never talked back to him because I was afraid of getting hit. But this time I couldn't help myself. And I was like, this coming from the Trump supporter, really? So that felt like a win to me.
Hey, that was below the belt, but fair enough. Oh, me and my dad used to sit, drink beers, and watch the O'Reilly show. And we would argue back and forth all the time. I'm like, what he's saying is stupid. No, he's actually making some sense. No, he's fucking stupid. And we'd go back and forth like that. But we never came to blows or we never got really mad at each other. But that's the kind of guy he was. And then he'd go play golf on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like actual golf.
Yeah, in Michigan.
Have, a disagreement that it just wasn't. He was right all the time and I was dumb. So.
Well, he never called me stupid. He said, well, you got your opinion, but I think he's right. And I'm like, you got your opinion, and I think he's fucking wrong. And then guess what? He got fired from Fox News for being a fucking sleazy perv.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to be a real sleazy perv to get fired from Fox News.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear that 2 of Fox's newscasters have quit this week because they were fed up with Tucker Carlson pushing the anti-vax conspiracies?
Oh, yeah, I've never liked Tucker. Fuck that bow tie and wear guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
the
2
only
people
guy
actually said if the network wasn't going to do something about him, they weren't going to be part of it anymore. So I can respect those.
The only guy that I like that wears a bow tie is Bill Nye the Science Guy.
They actually had a couple people that just quit at Fox News when they saw Tucker's January 6th documentary. They said it was. Imagine you work at Fox News already, so like you're probably not the best when it comes to shit like that and morality or anything like that. But if it was that bad that it made them just up and quit, I can't. He's also apparently they took a lot of footage from the Rittenhouse trial. He's making a Rittenhouse documentary, which should be fucking fantastic. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, well, they never should have gone on this long, but at least they're finally realizing that there is a line that's too far.
If Tucker weren't making the kind of money that he makes for that channel, they would have fired him a long time ago. I hope, because he's well beyond. He's more what you would expect from like OAN at this point. He is just so disgusting. Yeah, and the fact that he poses everything as a question, like, well, I wonder, but he puts that thought in your head so he can get around it by saying, I didn't actually say that vaccines don't work. I just asked questions that make it seem like vaccines don't work. So,
but he's got so many viewers that Fox will never take him off the air.
No.
Oh, sure. Didn't he get O'Reilly's old time slot? Wasn't that where they put him? Like 9 o'clock or something, 8 o'clock. I think so.
Mm-hmm. I just think that, like, I'm not sure what Murdoch's motivation is for what he did. Like, Murdoch basically got Trump elected. The amount of just disgusting shit that like he's put into this world. I don't know if it's all monetary based or if he actually believes in the shit that he's got his channels pushing, or if he just like really loves the fact that he has this much power to make this shit happen. I don't know.
I think it's the power trip. I think it's a game to him to see how many people he can get to believe it and repeat it.
No. That's kind of what I think as well. He is one of the most dangerous people alive, I think, if not the most, with the amount of power and ability that he has to blow winds.
Speaking as the sexy British person here, obviously we're very used to Murdoch because he controls this country. And
yeah, but if Fox News, isn't there no more Fox News in your country? Got banned?
It's not banned. That's a different story. But he does sort of own all the newspapers.
Yeah.
And it's about power because he basically gets to choose who our government is. In his ridiculous newspapers, he tells the readers who to vote for, and they all do so.
Yeah, there's such a. It is so unfortunate that the news that we consume comes from, wealthy people with an agenda. I wish there was a way that news could just not be, I don't know, a capitalistic venture.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that would look like. But if you haven't noticed, Ghislaine Maxwell's trial starts, I think, this week or next week or something like that. And there has been virtually no media coverage of it at all. And it's because all the people that own all of the media, whether it be right wing or left wing, have at least some kind of dog in that fight, because everybody with money was either themselves connected to Epstein or at least connected to someone connected to Epstein. So there's been nothing at all. That's fucked up.
Doorknob Head said Murdoch made a $1 bet with one of his rich buddies. I could actually see that he made a bet with somebody and said, you pick anybody you want and I'll get them elected. And that's how we got Trump.
No.
Let's roll the dice while we're all drinking at the bar and see who wins. Let's pick a list of idiots and just see if we can get them in there and make some money off their dumbasses.
I mean,
it's like Manda was saying before, as far as Trump goes, I was like, he's a fucking idiot. And my brother's like, well, it's not just that he's unintelligent. That's not it. He's a distraction technique.
Yeah.
So everybody's looking at all this shit he's doing that he doesn't give a flying fuck about, and it's really obvious. He doesn't give a fuck about it because that's not where the money is. They're just telling him to go up there and say a bunch of shit to distract people and be on the news, and then they're doing stuff like killing bills, like Manda was saying.
Gerrymandering.
Like, that's what oh God. I am so sick of the Electoral College. That should be absolutely 100% abolished. We don't need it anymore. We don't have any problem getting our votes in. We have fucking the quickest internet shit in the fucking world. We could have all those counts within like an hour of the end of that every fucking time. There's no sense in it.
If we had a straight democracy, there would be the Republican Party would be gone. And they know that. And they have all the power. Because the thing is with the Democrats, we're still scattered. You still have, people that, I don't agree with this, so I'm not going to vote with you. I'm not, whereas with the Republicans, especially when it comes to fucking pro-life bullshit, that's like their hark and call. Everybody gets behind pro-life for stupid reasons because they're not actually pro-life. These are the people that are pro-death penalty, that are anti-immigration, that, cheered on fucking Rittenhouse. It shouldn't matter who he was or what he did. Even if it was self-defense or whatever the fuck, which is bullshit, but even if it were true that he killed those people in self-defense, why the fuck are you cheering on other people's deaths? You're not pro-life. You are pro putting women down, or you're pro just power, period. That is all it is about. And that is one thing that Republicans can all get behind, and that will keep them together. They will stand strong because they will always put their party above people and their country or anything else. Whereas Democrats have a higher standard, but because of that, won't always stick together and won't always vote together.
Yeah, Republicans have always been able to whip people up over abortion or gay marriage and get them to vote against their own interest.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing you've got to ask yourself, by the way, our lot over here are now getting just as bad with the lies and the distractions and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely crazy, and it's driving me round the bend. I don't know why I'm pointing at my ear when I do that. No
I
idea.
don't know why either, buddy.
Was that a Vegemite sandwich? Was that a Vegemite sandwich?
No, no, you dirty bastard. No. But just imagine this, okay? Obviously, I don't want this to happen, so don't shout at me. In America land, you wake up tomorrow and abortions are now totally illegal, not a thing. What are the Republicans going to do? They're going to say, oh, shit. What are we going to make up now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
Because
that's why we have the rise of the
thing.
turfs.
That's the only reason they do it, because it appeals to all the religious nut jobs. They don't
They
believe
lost the
in
fight
that.
over gay marriage, and that's why they're going after the trans people now.
Yep.
Exactly.
And
They
the Mexicans,
they recognized that was a battle they couldn't win. Unfortunately for them, because that's why they went out. They go after like Sesame Street or Arthur or whatever for putting homosexuals into their shows and saying, oh, they're pushing an agenda, when in fact it's just about normalizing this. This is reality. Gay people exist, but they want to make it taboo, and they want to make it seem
keep
like
it as
it
a
doesn't
stigma.
exist.
People hate it.
Yeah,
Stigma's
exactly.
Who was it that went after Big Bird? That was Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
That guy.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
Literally, Angel.
For
Angel
Big Bird
tweeted just,
literally
"I hate
doing
Ted Cruz."
Yeah, for Big Bird literally doing the same message he did in the 70s to get kids vaccinated before going to school.
This whole anti-vax thing is insane, though. Like, you're not real. All of these parents who are like, "Oh, you're not gonna force me to vaccinate my kids." You understand that your kid had to have a certain amount of vaccinations just to go to school. You know that, right? You're their parents. You had them vaccinated to get them into public school. So why is this where you draw the line? And it's not even like I don't know of any public schools that are forcing that are saying they're turning kids away that don't have the COVID vax. It's not even a thing. Just like CRT isn't being taught in underneath 12th grade. It's not, and they fucking know that. But they keep, it's just another thing for them to rally around and say, "Oh, you don't teach kids history, I guess."
Yeah,
Don't
well,
do that.
that's their complaint about CRT is actually that they're teaching accurate history.
Yeah. Don't teach people that there were some bad white people. Well, you know what? Unless you were actually doing it, they're not saying you were bad.
Yeah,
It's telling if they're if someone's fighting against racism and you're saying that's bad, that means you're probably fucking racist.
But this thing, the narrative is that they're spreading this bullshit about CRT is, oh, we're teaching all the little kids this thing, and even that they're not teaching the little kids anything, because as I understand it, and if I'm wrong, slap my bottom, but it's one course that is taught to college kids who are taking law.
Yeah, I don't even think it's undergraduate. I think it's master's and above.
Yeah, it's not like little kids being taught this evil thing. It's a completely made up story.
The new governor of Virginia got elected because he railed hard against CRT, and everybody who has been listening to Fox News and Newsmax and all that shit believe that kids that first graders are being told that slavery is bad. So didn't they get rid of in Texas something about like some of the anti-Nazi books or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, they started pulling books that talked about the KKK or something like that from public school libraries. Okay, that's fucking insane. Does nobody get that? It's just, yeah, this whole thing is just dumb. This is one of the things that Angel talks about, though, because he'll talk about how the origins of the police in our country and how it started with slave trappers, slave patrols, yeah. And once slavery ended, it was about the time the people that did that then became the cops. And this is one of the reasons that our police is rooted in racism. It's a real thing, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Well, guys,
I want to know.
I'm going to end this here in a few minutes. I am done. My face is fucking hurting. I'm going.
You need some rest.
Yeah.
I need to go to bed.
Your face hurts because you're
I was
so
up too
handsome.
much over
That's
the
why.
weekend.
Oh, snap.
Right, Dad?
Not for the good reasons. What's that?
I said your face hurts because you're so handsome.
Oh, ain't that sweet? Ain't she just sweet pie? So everybody
just try to break your jaw so you could get the insurance to improve facial reconstruction surgery.
Oh, don't do that. Like, your face is just perfect. Don't do that.
No facial reconstruction surgery. Nobody needs to change their face.
No, I know B wouldn't do that.
No. No,
Can
it's
I
just an
just
abstinence
say
tooth, so-
thank you for giving me a safe space to be normal and talk to my friends for a little bit?
Anytime.
You're always welcome here.
Amanda, you're
I'll
always
send you a
welcome
link
with
on
me
Wednesday,
wherever
too.
I am.
Yeah, I might start up a stream here in a little while. Let me grab a beer and let a beer out, so I have room for it. I'm just saying.
I always say you need to empty one thing and fill something else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
I always say I got to get rid of something so I can make more room for more coffee.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It really.
What I'm drinking.
that is fair.
Yeah, I should
coffee.
find some more
It means
food.
a lot to me. So I just, yeah, this shit has been hard, and
I can't even imagine. I mean, I can, but I can't.
I might start one in here in about 15, 30 minutes. And if you want to hop by anybody in the chat, you can hop on by my channel. I do have a channel.
put it in the chat, dummy. So everybody has the link.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me see.
No, Doorknob, we don't do normal here.
Yeah, I don't do normal on my channel either.
Manda.
So while they're
Manda.
working on getting that link,
Manda, can I ask a personal question? And it's not
you better
about your
hurry up,
buttons.
fucker. I'm trying to end this, and you know I am. Go ahead.
No, you can tell me to
It
fuck off if
is.
you like, but where you are now, is it shit or is it okay? I mean,
No, it's
the actual.
actually it's nice. It's you know, we have it. You know, there's a difference between like a shelter and a domestic violence shelter. We have a big room and a bathroom and everything, but it's actually nicer than the last fucking hotel room we were at. But
It looks like you basically got a motel room there.
Yeah, it is. It's sad. It's real sad, and we only have a certain amount of time here until we're out on the street. And I don't know what to do when that time runs up. I don't.
Have you got a kettle?
Yes.
Bastard.
Sorry. Right. So B wants to end, so we'll let him end. Sorry, B.
No, it's okay. I'm just done. That's all. So, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming in, and I love you guys. You're hilarious and brilliant, and you always support each other. So, thank you for that. Everybody on the panel, you know I love all you guys and appreciate you. And yeah, I'm just so lucky. It's like I told Heather, I'm gonna make new Teespring stuff, and it's gonna be called Lucky Bastard. Yeah, because some of us just lucky bastards.
Oh,
so
shit. Thanks, Ox. Ox put it in there for me.
Yeah, Ox has
Hey.
got a YouTube link for
Thank
you.
you, Ox.
Yeah,
So everybody
Ox
go
is
over
the
there,
man.
check out Rex. He'll do a live. You guys can jump in, whatever you want. Get in the chat. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.
Okay.
Take care of one another.
Yeah, Rex, will you be sending out?
And
join links?
have some peace in your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Well, we